Yeah, I haven't seen anybody over here. Is your bison perfect too?
CVA Cameron, what's up? Are you in a better Wi-Fi area now, Cameron?
Huh. Yeah, I came over looking for the cougar, but it wasn't here. You say you heard it? Something must have spawned in on me. I'll take the pig too, just because I need that. Go down here. Oh yeah, I see it. Oh, that little fucker.
Yeah, it's been decent right now. I can come up, but if I drop out, you know why. All right, brother. We're used to that.
Screw you, piggy.
I've been kicked out of my own stream by StreamYard and Wi-Fi.
Yeah.
Yeah, Big Matt's going too. I still got him on my other phone. Hopefully he realizes me and mods me, and then I can keep dropping Cameron's link while I'm over there. If not, I'll switch back to Hillbilly
Yeah, I never seen
and do it anyway.
What happened, who did it, or anything, but somebody laid a perfect buck and a perfect doe, white tail, at our camp earlier, and we was standing in camp, but I didn't see anybody, but somebody left them laying by camp. Yeah, I don't know, because when I realized
he just modded me. He just modded the.
I looked around the
Hillbilly Road Reactions.
and I couldn't find anybody around. Back at home. Look at that light.
Let's see what we got. It says 524 on my phone, y'all. So we need 31. No, I said 45 in the top. So we need 21. We need 21 subs to hit my goal for this live stream. Can we do that? I think we can. I think we can. Yeah, I do. I really, really do. Yeah. You can do it. And like I said, I'm going to drop continuously over here in Big Mats too. That way we got two channels pushing at the same time. That's how we roll. Lisa, what's up?
He's right over there to the left.
Well, as you can see from the title, this is my second live stream today, and it's all about Cameron today, Catfish Cameron. I'm sure you already subbed probably, and but I'm trying to get him as far past 500 as we can get him. He started out today, he was 11 short, I think, when I checked earlier today, and then when I went live the first time, he was at 495. We got him to 520 in the first live stream. No, 522 first live stream. He's setting a 524 right now. And I'm hoping, like I said, I just want to get him as far past 500 as I can. The goal that I have set in the title is 545. What's up?
The goal I have set for the channel is 545. What's up? Yeah, man, I was not expecting to wake up and then see you scheduled a whole Catfish Cameron live today.
Yeah, I like doing that. Yeah.
Old school Willie stuff right there.
Yeah, man, I should have done it sooner, man. Anytime I do shit like this, I should have done it before I did. You support the shit out of my channel. Like I said earlier, every damn day you say, when you going fish? When you going fish? And I need to get my ass out there fishing. And hopefully tomorrow it happens. But yeah, you're around supporting everybody's channel, man. You got a hell of a channel. And like I said, just getting better and better each video you make. And I seen your numbers, like I said, I think it was last night I seen them, something like that. It was like you were at 489. 485, 489, somewhere around in there. And I was like, nah, we got to fix that.
Yeah, right. We were
YouTube
coming up on that 500.
Yeah. And I know how YouTube is when we get close to that 500 mark. And I know how they like to nitpick and take subs away for absolutely no reason. That's the reason I'm setting it so high, aiming for at least 545, because they actually took one away right after my stream ended. But then it came back, and you gained 2 since then. But if if some of them do disappear tomorrow, just give it a couple days, and hopefully they'll allow enough to come back to keep you over 500 and get that community tab.
Yeah, I was expecting something like that to happen. Then you got Big Matt dropping my stuff. Just y'all are boosting it.
Yep.
I've been on a pretty steady increase. Especially you can do some it's all about the algorithms, man.
Yep. Yeah, and tags, man. Tag videos. I can't say that enough. Tag the shit out of videos, man. Tag what you're fishing for, what you're fishing with, where you're fishing at, all that. And man, it helps. It helps a lot. Like you're fishing Rio Grande, you put Rio Grande tag, or fishing Rio Grande, carp fish, channel catfish, cut bait fish, and any of that, man. People just type in those couple words, somebody types that in, and your video pops up in the list. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that was like one of the things I saw when I first started the channel, man. Is like nobody was really doing like a whole lot of consistent Rio Grande channel catfishing.
Right. And if they're in there, catch them. Yeah, you know what I mean? I understand that completely. Yeah. Just be careful, don't give your spots away, because the bigger you get, man, you ain't gonna have a spot to fish when you get down. Gotta remember that.
Yeah. Shoot. Hopefully by that time we'll have so many new horizons by that point. And plus I think I'm a firm believer in comes down to sometimes luck and sometimes comes down to the fisherman.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. I've always said it's 90% luck and 10% skill. But it still takes some skill to be a catfish, man. It takes skill to be any kind of fish.
Yeah, like for me, man,
fishing is still bass fishing is like learning Chinese to me.
Them gold minnows,
CBA,
man.
I don't think that counts, man.
That's been my killer bass bait for these little bass.
Oh, dude, every one of them suckers I would have took out from Pay Lake, got a shovel head on every one of them, dude.
Running the other way.
Every single one of those bass you threw back, I would have caught a shovel head on. But I mean, we're not really, we're still not supposed to use them in open waters, in public waters. I can only use them at the Pay Lakes. Now, some places like the reservoir in the park, which have no regulation on the size, I'm pretty sure I'm allowed to use them there if I want to. Like I can catch a small bass out of the reservoir and use for bait. I can catch a small bass out of the park and use for bait. But like Deer Creek and most of the state parks and stuff like that, there's a size limit on the fish where you can't get the crappie out of Deer Creek unless it's 11 inches long. No, 9 inches. Yeah, crappie has to be 9 inches to keep from Deer Creek, which I have used a 9-inch crappie for bait. But, you know, I try not to do that on a constant basis.
You gotta do what you gotta do sometimes.
Oh,
Good
yeah.
thing out here there's a whole bunch of carp.
I pull out the big bait, man, is like right after spawn. Well, not right after spawn because their mouths are sore. Right before spawn, I'll come out with the big bait. During spawn, I like live carp and live bullhead, yellow bellies. If you get a live carp or a live bullhead close to a nest, shovelhead nest, dude, they will hammer it. I mean, quick. Because that's a natural predator to their nest.
Same goes with those largemouth, man. Get them little jigs in there.
Yep.
Reaction, solid reaction.
Oh
strikes.
yeah, you can drop it. You can put a bluegill on a hook, put it around a bass nest. He'll swallow that sucker cold. Yeah, they don't mess around.
I've definitely tried to dip my toes in that bass game. It's tricky though out here.
Yeah, I catch most of mine like you were in that video, man. With worm. Most of my bass just come on a night crawler, and sometimes I'm fishing for the bass, and sometimes that's just what I come up with. But yeah, I mean I've caught a few on jigs, but most of them just been on live bait.
Those little suckers dominate all my bait spots pretty much.
Oh, dude, that's man. I would pay for those suckers. I mean, I would pay money for those to have them for bait. That's how much I love suckers, dude. Those are like
that's me and those
carp,
white horse.
That's my next favorite. Yeah, them white horse suckers, man. Cut them suckers up in chunks, like a steak. You know what I mean? Hook it under the dorsal fin, throw it out there, dude. Oh man, it's on
straight chunks.
Mm-hmm.
I like what Alicia said. She likes to make the video title something that she would enter in the search bar. I have some videos like that.
Yep.
One like with question marks in the title, like, are there big catfish here? Question mark.
Right.
There's so many different witty title names you can get. It's all good. How's my audio coming through on this? Using
it sounds good.
Dang gaming headset.
Yep, I've used that. I've used my gaming headset before on here. It helps.
Okay.
Right, Alicia? Yeah, that's pretty smart. Yeah, and the tags, man, the tags are very important. Like when I do my reaction videos, fishing videos, any kind of videos really, I try to put tags in there where someone's just type in a random word, carp fishing, or just fishing. You know, I mean, of course, you type in fishing, you're gonna have 5 million videos pop up. And same way with carp fishing, really. But you know, you put carp fishing, fishing with corn for carp, fishing with corn for trout, trout fishing in still water. Like my trout, when we get trout, they're in a pond. They're not in the creek. So I can call it, you know, trout fishing in a pond or lake or whatever. And then somebody types that in, and I'll pop up on a list of videos. You know.
Yep, definitely. Stating what kind of water you're fishing from the bank, from a boat. People that in the title.
I've only been on a boat on YouTube once. Might be the only time I'm ever on a boat on YouTube. Well, I don't know. You know,
Yeah,
maybe someday Palmetto will buy me a plane ticket. You know, bus ticket out there to fish with on that awesome boat he's got.
probably like.
You hear me, Kevin?
He's got a pontoon, doesn't he?
Yeah, I love that boat, man. That's the only boat I trust, pontoon. That's the reason I went out with J-Dog, because he was on a pontoon. Caught my first blue cat in 3 years out there on the higher river with him.
Yeah, gosh, man, I still got to get out after some big old blue cats and flatheads. I've only caught like a blue cat that's like under a pound.
You guys got to have those fish down there, man. California
We
blows
do.
my mind, dude. There ain't nothing channel cat California.
Big channel cats at that.
Yeah, they do have some big ones, though. I'll give them that. But, man, up north here, too, though, man, we got up in the Great Lakes, they got 30, 40-pound channel cats up there. Monsters. Yeah. I don't know about 40, but I know they got 30s.
Gosh, I'm looking for a 40-pound channel cat. That'd be a dream fish right there.
Right. But, yeah, man, if you like to fight like the channel, man, you'll like cats and shovelhead, too. Blue cats do not fight. I don't care what anybody says. They don't fight. I mean, they use their weight against you. But if you ain't got a big one, there's nothing there. You know?
Yeah, I haven't caught enough blue cats to say.
20 pounds or bigger to even know you're fighting something. You what?
I haven't caught enough blue cats to say on that one.
Right.
I've probably got all of 10 blue cats in my whole life.
Man, y'all caught a lot. Y'all caught a lot. All mine's been out of Pay Lake except the one out of the higher river there. Well, no, I've caught other ones out of the higher river. I was down there when I was probably 14, 15 years old. I went with an old friend down to the higher river, caught some blues and shells both that night. But yeah, every time I've caught one that wasn't out of Pay Lake was at the higher river.
Yeah, the main population of blues
waters, man. They gotta be there, huh?
That's where Chris Flores fishes. That's where all the blue cats are.
Right.
Elephant
I
Butte.
can't remember where he's at.
I think he's in El Paso. He's somewhere right near Elephant Butte, which is Tier C, Truth or Consequences.
Yeah, even I get worried. You got more than one person.
Elisha, I think it's Willie's bald head.
But no, I'm not going out in your little boat there, Elisha. I'll sit on the dock and watch the fish. I'll fish from the dock. Oh yeah. I started feeling better, man, and I brought myself back. You know, I had to bring myself back into action. Pulled the razor out, pulled the clippers out, and got her done.
Dang, this is weird on my end because I can only see you as the Dobb father with your the Hexus clown's name.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Captain Spaulding.
Yeah, I can only see Captain Spaulding on my end.
Wow, that's weird. Yeah, I got my camera on.
Right, I can see it's on the YouTube side if I like click between my pages.
Yeah. That's weird.
Yeah, does it usually show you your face on the StreamYard side?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, there's a posse.
Yeah, I see me and I see your avatar.
Yeah, I still gotta update my darn phone, man.
Right. Jeffrey never did get his phone and let him up. He had to go to his laptop. He couldn't even get his phone and let him up without the camera. Couldn't figure it out. I think his needed update. I think his needs updated to do what it is.
That was weird. It was kind of doing
Yeah,
that same style thing to Duggar last night.
Yeah, there's two backers.
The what?
It was doing that weird glitch to Duggar.
Oh yeah, yeah. Well, I think that was it. He said that's still on his headset somehow. He said he got a new headset, but it's still doing it. So I'm not sure. And he was on. I'm pretty sure he's on his computer every time he comes up.
Right. Pretty sure that's correct.
Yeah, there's a blueberry over here on this side now.
Yeah.
Huh? The Adventures of Duggar and Cameron flathead hunting.
Yeah, he was having trouble with the headset the night before that, and he said he was getting a new one the next day, which was yesterday, and he come up and it was still awful. And then when he was telling everybody I'm gonna get out of here, I was like, well, that came through clear, there at the end. So he's got some kind of short. Maybe he needs to clean his jack, possibly. I don't know. Like that my controller, that road warrior got me. I think I need to open it up, and I think the connectors where you plug in the headset, I think they're spread out too far. So I think I have to open it up, try to close those a little bit, and I think it'll fix that.
Shoot.
I hate taking the controllers apart though, man. That scares me as bad as cleaning the Xbox.
Yeah, they made those new Xbox Ones all crazy to take apart too.
Yeah. Well, and the thing is, man, the problem with mine's in the disk drive. It has to be in the disk drive. I think it's just full of dust. And the videos I watch on YouTube, how to clean the Xbox, cleans everything on the inside except the disk drive. I'm like, so what's that going to do? It's not overheating or nothing. It's just it won't read the disk because it's dirty inside the disk drive. But nobody's got a video on that. But if you caught it earlier in my earlier live, Road Warrior came up and hit me with a surprise. As long as it's not a scam, he said. He found me an Xbox One X for $90-some. And he
Xbox One X.
Yeah. Yeah. Because see, he bought me a fan. He thought he bought me a fan for mine. Well, the fan is for an Xbox One X. It wouldn't fit. So he was just messing around, went on Google and searched Xbox One, and it popped up Xbox One X, $90-some. And it said it was marked down because the new model's coming out in July something or something. And he went ahead and did it. So hopefully it's not a scam and there's an Xbox One X on its way.
It sends you a big old black box with the X on it.
Right. But luckily he paid
Xbox
for
One X sticker.
PayPal card. Yeah. But luckily he paid for it with his PayPal. So if it is a scam, he'll get his money back. So.
You never know.
Yeah.
It's like I bought this boat off Amazon, and then they started sending a whole bunch of things like for me to return it and get all my money back. And then I just for fun, I go look on Amazon, same boat, and they had doubled the price of the boat. So then I was like, heck nah, I'm just waiting. And then of course it ended up coming.
Right.
Delivered straight to my door. 12-foot boat.
Hell yeah. That's awesome. That's freaking awesome. Amazon's the shit, dude. I mean, it sucks that he's a billionaire, don't have to pay taxes. But other than that, Amazon's pretty awesome.
Yeah, they just built a big old Amazon factory down here in New Mexico.
Hell yeah. We got to see. Now, we don't have a distribution here, but there's one in Wilmington, 11 miles or 22 miles up the road. But a lot of things that I order or Road Warrior orders us, a lot of times it'll just show up the next day because there's one so close. Yeah, the fan he got me that doesn't fit because it's for a 1X. Oh, we lost him. He said it might happen. He said his he has some problems with his internet down there. Apparently, a lot of people have problems with internet down there. He back. Get kicked out, you hit the wrong button.
I hit the wrong button.
That happens a lot too.
Yeah, I accidentally refreshed a StreamYard.
Yep, that'll do it. That's facts, Steven. CBA. Yep, it's always best when you all yeah together.
Well, look at you being such a nice guy.
Who all's in here? Because I feel like my chat's not updating on this end.
Yeah, it's just slow. There ain't too many in here. I think it's just it says 3 people. So we got CVA, Alicia, and
Been
Maria
busy for the
still in
lives.
chat. Oh, dude, you ain't lying, man. And I've cut a lot of mine short, and there's been a lot of times I just decided not to do nothing. Yeah, Peak Water was in here a few months ago too. But yeah, there's just so many people going live, and I think it's always been this way. But we just didn't notice it until we became, part of the community family, whatever you want to call it. Now everybody we know is going live, Relaxing, yep. What's up? He said, I'm here somewhere.
Which is all chilling. Y'all been killing it today, honestly.
Been trying. I need to check your subs again real quick. We'll talk about it. See. 525. We still need 20 subs, y'all. Come on. Yeah, my sister don't stop in very often, man. I think she's seen the title and she's like, oh my God, my brother's doing something for somebody else besides himself. And she came in earlier, shared you out on Facebook and everything.
How funny. Tell her said a thank you.
Yep.
Yeah, I'm definitely going to have to go to the McDonald's and update my phone so I can show my pretty face on here.
Right. Dude, that's bad. I used to do the same shit, man. I used to have to go to McDonald's to do that shit. And I did. I either went to McDonald's or Tim Hortons every time I had to do it. Free Wi-Fi. And McDonald's got some good Wi-Fi. You set the parking lot and update shit on McDonald's drive. You can do it while you're going through the drive-thru.
Then they have them $1 sodas. I just started trying to quit drinking soda, man.
Oh, dude, ours used to have the friggin' $1 iced coffee, any size. Dude, I was addicted to those fucking things. Oh my God. Every day I had to have one of the iced coffee. Then they went back to regular price, like $3 something a piece. I'm like, nah, I quit. I'm good.
What up, Ashley?
Yeah.
Ashley, what's up? So what up, Dildays?
I don't know what it is with Captain Bob. Captain Love Bob.
We doing the same thing we was doing earlier, Ashley. If you was in here, we are trying to get Mr. Cantwell. I mean, we were trying to get him above 500, which that was succeeded because he was already at 595 before I ever went live. Or 495. I mean, yeah, he was at 495 before I went live earlier. And we got him to 522. Right now he's sitting at 525. And I'm hoping to get him like around 545, like I said in the title, because I'm hoping if we can get him that high, hopefully they stick. I mean, I have seen situations. Me and Big Matt, dude, got fishing the dock over 300 like 9 friggin' times, dude. And they just kept taking them away. They just kept taking them. And that was 300. That wasn't even 500, You don't even get nothing from YouTube for 300. And they still just kept taking the damn stuff away. 9 times we had to do it.
Thank you, Ashley.
Yep.
Giggity.
It's not easy doing that weekly post, man.
Right?
Not all easy out there.
Yeah, see, now I got my first 1,000 subs with a lot of cheating. I went to a lot of credit streams getting those subs. But the watch hours was a different story, man. I did it. Well, I can't say I did it the hard way either. But I just went live for like 2 months. Got monetized after I got my subs.
Hey, not a minute.
It's what you call just straight grinding it out, Willie.
Yep. Problem was, though, I told y'all my whole damn life story in that 2 months. And then I damn near ran out of shit to talk about. Hell, I remember falling asleep on the live a few times back in.
Shoot, I swear that happened just the other day. Somebody was asleep on the live.
Yep.
I think I was probably Roy.
Oh, yeah, I think it was. Yeah, back in the day, though, dude, I'd be sitting here and I'd have a couple hats stacked on top of each other looking all goofy and shit. Just I've been live for like 18 or 21 hours, you know, just pass out. Yeah.
Right?
Because I've done 18-hour streams,
10-hour plus live.
Huh? Do what?
That's too crazy. 10-hour plus lives.
Yeah.
Right.
Let's get them watch hours, man.
Right.
Yeah, I was surprised to hear that you got. I was surprised, but then again, I'm not surprised now when I look at your whole personality as a whole that you got your subs as quick as you did.
Right. Yeah, like I said, you know, I mean, I went to a lot of grow channels. I probably had 300 legit subs out of my first 1,000, but the next 1,200, they were all legit. You know what I mean? Or well, I should say. You still hear me?
Yeah, you're saying so. When you got to 1,200, your next 1,200 were legit. Just about.
Yeah, kind of. Out of my first 1,000, I would say 300, little over 300 were legit subscribers from the community and both communities. Because see, I got me in trouble at the start, man, because I was part of the fishing community and I was part of the weed community. Well, the fishing community didn't like that, so. But still, I still had some supporters from over there. So I had about 300 legit subs when I hit my 1,000. And then when but after I had hit that, and then my next 1,000, I'm at 2,000. Shit, I don't even remember. I'm 2,120 or something now. So the next 1,100, they were, you know, pretty much legit. And of course, a lot of them has come from my reaction videos, between the reaction and the fishing. Because I mean, you see the numbers on the live streams. You know, I got a lot of you guys that enjoy just watching me just come on here and make an ass of myself. But 2,000 people don't show up in my live stream. You know what I mean? I got 2,000 subs, but you know, we're lucky to hit 20 in live stream anymore. But I guarantee you, once I start dropping reaction videos, which I don't know if I'm going to be dropping any more reactions on this channel, because I finally went ahead last night and I created Hillbilly Road's reaction channel. We have our own channel now. I'm going to figure out how to give Road Warrior access to it, because you can do it where two people can have access to the same channel. So I'm going to figure out how to do that. And that's going to be me and Road Warrior on our own channel now, separated from everything else.
That's what's up.
We put our first video out yesterday. Huh?
Clean slate action.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah, it started brand new. I think we got seven or eight subscribers over there, you know, just getting started. Dropped the first video yesterday. Got the second one recorded. I still have to put I'm not putting no intros or nothing, because I actually had the video made up yesterday while I was talking to Road Warrior, and I had already made it up with my intro on it. And then I was talking to Road Warrior while we I think we was on video chat on Messenger. And I was like, hey, man, what do you think about just making another channel, Hillbilly Road Reactions? Because I can share it out on mine. I'm sure a lot of guys, a lot of them that come in here, including you, as soon as you get this community tab, we'll share it out. You know what I mean? So it'll grow on its own. And if we have good content, it'll go. If we don't, it won't. You know what I mean?
Yep. Aren't your
Off the res, Alvin? What's up?
Yeah, off the res, Alvin Lewis. Thanks for coming in. Your reactions are some of your most viewed videos, aren't they?
Oh, by far, dude. By far, man. I've got some Rucka Ali. I think 7,000-8,000 views. Yeah, I don't have anything even close to that. Nothing compares to the numbers on the reaction videos. And I mean, but then there's some of them that have a few hundred, you know. But like ACDC, Rucka Ali. I got a couple of Beth Hart and Joe Bonamassa, which I didn't even know who those people were until I started reacting to them, and I was like, man, these people are badass. I mean, just friggin' amazing. And they got a big following, so you know people see those titles, and that's like we was talking about earlier. You know, when you have that in there, you know, like if you started off Joe Bonamassa and Beth Hart performing such and such song at such and such place, and then reaction. You see what I'm saying? So when they type that in to see them performing that song, then boom, my reaction video pops up. And they're like, well, I wonder what this hillbilly thought about it. Click, boom, view. You know what I mean?
Yep.
Love it.
Hey there, KC Fish Page.
KC Fish Page in the house.
Almost a tongue twister.
Yeah, damn near it. If I'd smoked another one, I might have tripped over that one.
Thank you, Alvin Lewis. Y'all been killing it with the support today.
Man, I wish I was as big as I once was, though, man. But you know, a few months ago, when I do this for somebody, I was able to do a lot more than what I've been able to do today. You know, here lately, but we'll get it back. We'll get it back. I gotta quit worrying about the past and the people from the past, and like Mr. Duggar said, just let it go. You know, like they say in Frozen, let it go. You know.
Yeah, that old boy Duggar should pop up here. But you just need to go fishing again, Willie.
I know it, man. And I'm still not gonna have night crawlers. Shit, I still ain't asked nobody for cab money. I might be able to pull off a cab ride tomorrow. I don't know. I'm not positive. But yeah, because I
gotta go super old school. You gotta catch some bugs. You gotta catch some little bugs. Get out there, get that bait at the creek.
Well, see, that's one thing that sucks, man. That's what I was trying to tell Duggar, man. We got this little ditch that actually starts on this property. It just kind of comes out from underground. And because one side of the road is a dry ditch, but the right side of the road is a creek. And that creek's only like this deep for the most part. Well, come in the next 2 months, that thing will be full of minnows, chubs, little green sunfish. But when it's this early in the year, there's absolutely nothing in that creek. I mean, there's nothing. I can go out there and fish all day, and I can go out there and seine. There's just nothing there to get until the water warms up or something happens, and everything shows up. So I mean, I don't know if it's up underneath the field in the pipe or where the fish are, but they just show up, and they're just not there yet. And then grasshoppers, man, when I was a kid, dude, grasshoppers were my go-to. But they ain't around yet either.
That's what what would you say? Gosh, what's that called? If you were to look up on the internet on the New Mexico fishing game and fish thing, they literally suggest catching grasshoppers.
Oh yeah, and I'll tell you what, dude, crickets have shocked me time after time after time on fish. I mean, I expect to catch a bluegill, rock bass, maybe a smallmouth bass, yellow belly, you know, if I'm using a cricket. But out here at the Pay Lake, and this is what I've tried to tell a lot of people that catfish on YouTube, you don't always need big bait. There's certain times that those fish just want a little tiny, you know, that a little tiny piece of bait, like a curl.
That's like those catfish eating the corn.
Yeah, bass minnow, for instance. Dude, I've caught a 28-pound blue cat. I've netted 30s, 40s, 50s off of bass minnows where you put the tip of the hook in their mouth and put their whole body on the hook. You know, curl it around the hook, put 2 of them on there, throw it out there, and these monster blue cats will just slam it. Mud leeches by themselves. Skipjack, dude. When the guys use skipjack out here at the Pay Lake, it's a piece about the size of your thumbnail, and they'll slam 30, 40-pound blues on it. But back to crickets, what got me started there is there was an old black guy who used to fish out there. His name was Creighton, and this guy he taught me so much about fishing, dude. And he loved fluger bait casters. The handles went backwards. Every fluger I came across, he'd buy it from me. He'd made leaders and give them to me. Taught me this, taught me that. Well, he'd go out there, and he was the first person I ever seen fish with locked reels, and just drove me absolutely friggin' batty. He would sit there in his lawn chair, and he'd have his rods propped up on each side, not in rod holders, nothing locking them down to the ground, just sitting there, locked, lines tight, fishing 100 yards off the shore on the bottom with crickets or crawdad tails or catawba worms or leeches, always small bait. And that rod would tip over, man. He'd grab a hold of it, still sitting down, hit it, 12-foot rod, man. Big old egg beater, big old open face reels like this. And I netted more 40s and 50-pound blues for that man than I can remember. You know, and he'd come out there and put 2 or 3 crickets on a hook and catch a 50-pound blue cat. I'm like, dude. And he's the one who explained to me. He's like, you know, sometimes they want something big, and sometimes they just want a snack. He said, you know.
Yeah, I just caught this channel cat a few weeks ago on Nightcrawler while bait fishing. Mm-hmm. That thing wanted a little baby morsel.
Right.
Then they'll hit that thumbnail size cut bait down there at that spillway.
Yep. Yeah, and man, there's so many people on YouTube that I tried to help out with that. Nobody wanted to listen.
Yeah.
I'll try to tell a lot of people that on here that, you know, just put a smaller piece of bait out there. You know. Oh no, you need a big old hand size skipjack head, or you gotta have a, you know, big old massive. No, you don't. No, you don't. You know, not always. Sometimes, but not always.
Them big old skipjack heads are like a little morsel to the 100-pounders.
Oh yeah, buddy. I love a skipjack head, man. I think I'd say the smallest fish I've ever caught on a skipjack head was probably 18, 19-pound blue cat. It's probably the smallest fish I've ever caught on a skipjack head, because it's just about anything smaller than I couldn't get it in its mouth. And I don't catch many shovelhead on cut bait. I do catch my occasional shovelhead in the springtime on bluegill heads or curled chubs, but for the most part, all my shovelhead come on live bait.
Seems like they hit both out here equally. I haven't fished for them yet, but from my research, I've seen they're hitting them both equally if you can suspend it.
Right.
This catfish in my avatar was caught on chicken.
Hell yeah. That's the same one I use for thumbnail, ain't it? From your channel. Your your avatar. Yeah, that's the same one I use. Yep. Yeah, no, I've never seen a big fish caught on chicken until I started watching YouTube. I mean, I've seen fish caught on chicken. We've used it around here for years for channel cat, but I've never seen a big fish hit it until I started watching YouTube. It's got to be something about the Pay Lake or the stock fish. Well, I mean, the Pay Lake, what happened there, the channel cat won't even hit chicken now, because it just, I believe, my theory is, because it's a contained lake, you know, it's a contained lake, and the fish are caught, put back, caught and put back, caught and put back. Fish are stupid to an extent, but no species is stupid enough to keep hitting the same exact thing 100 times when it knows the last 99 times it ate that, it got caught. You know what I mean? Eventually, fish is gonna be like, I don't want that no more, because every time I eat it, somebody takes me out of the water. And I think that's what happens with Pay Lakes, because they'll start catching them on a certain bait, Well, then they tell their buddy, then their buddy tells his buddy, then his buddy tells his buddy, and then somebody else sees what they're using. Next thing you know, everybody's using that same exact bait, and they're catching fish for about a week, and then they won't touch it because everybody overused it. You know.
Yeah, there's a few big catfish in these pay to fish lakes on the reservations down here in New Mexico. I'm pretty sure most of these lakes have good populations of bluegill and bass, and then they stock trout every winter. So these catfish have readily available food.
Oh yeah, they eat good.
I'm sure they get used to everybody using hot dogs and worms and this and that.
Yep.
Out here,
see, in that
they
case,
haven't seen the chicken.
The chicken or anything natural, like the trout and the bass that's being stocked in there. Those catfish are eating those fish. You know what I mean? So if you can, I mean, I know you're not supposed to, but like I said earlier, if game warden don't know, it won't hurt him. But but yeah, the fish are definitely eating those. Like you said, I'm gonna let this bass go, and the cat's gonna eat him, and that's the truth. You knew. That's exactly what happens.
Yeah, I've watched some pretty big fish
out of that
swim
body
up that
of water,
thing.
Man. I bet so, man. I bet so. Especially shovelhead, dude. And when you start fishing for shovelhead, you'll find out you can catch them up in shallow water, especially at nighttime. Dude, you can catch a 20, 30-pound shovelhead out of a foot of water because he will come up in there at night looking for food. You know?
Yep. I've caught some 9 and 10-pound channel cats in about a foot and a half of water.
Yep. Same thing. They're coming up in there chasing that bait.
Yeah.
There's most of my references are going to be Pay Lake, but there's one Pay Lake here, the one I'm banned from for life, Castaway. Well, but it's shaped like a 3. It's got a cove, and then it curves out to a point, and then a cove, and then it curves out to a point,
That's
and then
perfect.
a cove, and then a big back. Well, I'd fish this one specific cove, which was the first one when you pulled in, and I would put a bobber, and I would put my rubber band right at the top of my bobber. So I was fishing the depth of my leader. So I was literally fishing, 12-inch leader and half a 12-inch bobber. So I was fishing 18 inches deep, and I would put it right off the bank, not give it no slack, and I would catch 10 fish a night, all shovelhead, all on live bait, fishing 18 inches deep up there in 2 foot of water out of that cove all night long. And I mean, you might catch a 4-pounder, and it might be a 30-pounder, but every one of them was shovelhead, you know.
Yeah, I've got some.
Absolutely come up in that shallow water. Blues do too, though.
Oh yeah, we've had some 50, 40, and 30-pound blues caught in some super shallow water where Chris Flores fishes.
My 47-pound blue, once again, Pay Lake, but not my 47. My 47 was in deep water. He was 8, 9 foot of water, which was like almost the deepest part of that lake. That's why I say deep water. But my 41-pound blue came out of 2 feet of water. Once again, 2 feet of water, fishing on the bottom with a carp head, and I caught the 41-pound blue. And this thing came up like a bass, dude. Came up and danced on top of the water like a bass when I hooked. It was the coolest thing I ever seen. A 41-pound blue just coming up. That was awesome. I never seen nothing like it.
Yeah, I would have easily gotten into some very nice blues by now if we had them in my stretch. But these channel cats out here, especially the bigger ones, they kind of act like blues, man. They'll sit in this ripping current out here.
Yep. That's what makes them strong. That's why they fight so good. Yep.
Yeah, I've caught the channel cats out of the lake here. They don't fight the same as the river fish.
No. They're not used to fighting that current their whole life. Yeah, that was some crazy water you was fishing in that first video you picked earlier we watched. That was some crazy current there.
Yeah, that's.
See, I don't have my creek's probably half the size of that one. Maybe.
That's off of a string of islands and kind of like diverts. There's all sorts of man-made stuff change the river.
Right. Yeah, they've seemed to done that a lot over the years.
Are you running out of ammo?
Rio Grande's a pretty small river when you like look the width of it.
Oh yeah.
It's a dang long river.
Yep.
One of the longest.
How many of you guys are? They popping up everywhere.
Yeah, relaxing. All I have is channel cats in my stretch. I have to go
Yep.
way south to get into blues and flatheads, or I have to go to a totally
and
different
see,
water.
your water looks like it would hold shovelhead to me. Some of the places you fish really looks like it would hold shovelhead.
There's just multiple dams that made their migration impossible.
So yeah, that's just
I've heard rumors, but I know they're just spawned out channel cats people have been catching. Every once in a while, I'll come in my comments. I caught a big old flathead here. And I'm like,
yeah.
Nah, I usually don't say this back to them, but I'm always thinking, nah, it's just almost pre-spawn.
Yep. Yeah, it's just a big 20, 30 pound pre-spawn channel.
There's Mondo channel cats down here in New Mexico.
Yep. That's what I say. Yeah, you guys got monsters, and they do up north too.
Yeah, like
I know they're in the Great Lakes. Yep.
Manitoba, Selkirk, down there, Red River channel cats, man. That's like a dream trip for me.
Yeah, after the Pay Lakes pretty much, destroyed the Ohio River by taking fish out of it for the Pay Lakes. Then they started moving, and they started going farther north, going up Lake Erie, and a lot of them go up to Lake Erie now. And they'll take these rods, they're like 4-foot surf rods, and they'll put a big treble hook on it, like a 4-ounce sinker, and they'll throw it out there, and then they'll just yank it real hard and break that sinker off, and then just jerk it back and snag them blues and take them to Pay Lakes now. Well, some of them net too, either way. But yeah, that's where most of the blues could come from. They go to Pay Lakes around here. A lot of them come from Lake Erie.
That's a tank channel. Frustrations.
Yeah, my PB's still 15
pounds.
so that's a friggin' monster.
Yeah, mine's only 12 and a half.
Now, if we go by open water like you caught yours, now you got me beat. Biggest I've caught out of open water is 11 pounds, and I've done that twice at the same lake. But my 15,
I've got some,
and my 13s came out of Pay Lake.
I've had some times where I thought I had some much bigger fish on.
Right. Oh,
Never
yeah.
got to see them.
Especially channels, man. Especially channels. I was out here at Pay Lake one day, and this is a lake, still water. And the guy said he'd been catching a lot of blues lately, only 12 to 15 pounds on night crawlers. I'm like, well, hell, I'll take a 12, 15 pound blue. It's still free. At that time, it was still a free pass. So I started throwing night crawlers out there, man, and I hooked on something. And I started yelling for my buddy, dude, my 10-foot rod just bending, dude, it's pulling drag. I'm hollering for my buddy coming at this fish. He gets down there to me, man. It's like a 7, 8 pound channel cat. And I swore up and down I had a 20 pound blue. It was nuts.
Yeah, they fight good, man. I love the channel cats.
Oh, yeah, love it. And yeah, man, and then my 15 and 13s I caught out there. I was in 35 feet of water, and I was putting on chunks of trout and no sinking. And I was in the cove, so I didn't have to cast very far. I only had to cast probably 50, 60 feet off the bank. So a chunk of trout was plenty enough weight to get it out that far. And I just toss it out and just let it sink. And when you just got a piece of bait like that, it's going to sink down like this. And I caught that 15 off the bottom of 35 feet of water. Oh, dude, I thought I had a 30. I swore up and down. I was like, oh, I got a big blue, babe. I got a big blue. Because I seen the line tighten up, rip that clicker like that one back at the reservoir did last year. You heard that one. You said that sounded, I can't remember what you said. You said it sounded like
a race car.
Yeah, it sounded like a race car going by. And that's what that 15-pound channel did out there at Pay Lake. And then I pulled him up out of 35 foot of water. I thought I had a 30-pound blue on there.
Dang, relaxing.
Yeah,
That does
that
suck.
one
One
rod,
rod.
man, that sucks. That sucks ass. License here covers too, and we can't get any after that. Can't buy an extra rod or nothing like that. I know some states do. And man, that shit should be the same across the country. I think a lot of shit should be the same across the country. But
yeah, that was that channel cat I caught while bait fishing. Man, he was just rolling.
mm-hmm. And see,
Wasn't
that's
even
what blues
trying to
do too.
swim. He's
Yep,
using his whole
that's what blue
body and
cats
his
do too.
mouth.
I've caught blue cats that wrapped herself up in the line where they were rolling so much while they were still running with it. And that the line would wrap around that skinny part of their tail back in the back, and literally like paralyze them. And I just pulled them through the water backwards. Never even fought. Once you get him in, take that line off the tail, he's going nuts. He's mad now. You know, I caught a 32-pound blue cat like that one time. Line was wrapped around his tail about 8 times. He paralyzed himself. I pulled him right to the bank like nothing. That would be, yeah, that'd be a hard live to watch. Relaxing, one rod out there. I mean,
How many
bass
hooks
fishing,
can
you know, it's
y'all
kind of
use
hard to.
relaxing?
Oh yeah, relaxing. Yeah, how many hooks you allowed on a rod? We're allowed 3 per rod here.
I think we're 2 or 3, something like that.
And the only time I really do that
Almost.
mostly is when I'm like walleye fishing down at Deer Creek. I'll put 3 different jigs or 3 minnows about a foot apart. I'll do it when I'm bait fishing sometimes, just try to catch more at once, especially chubs. If I'm fishing a good chub hole, I'll put 2 or 3 hooks on there. A lot of times you'll pull out 2 or 3 chubs at once, you know. But when I'm big fishing, it's usually 1 hook. He said 2 hooks there allowed. So 1 rod and 2 hooks.
Yeah. Yeah, I almost never use.
What about bank lines? You like bank lines relaxing? Limb lines, bank lines, trot lines? Well, not trot lines, but I'm saying bank lines, limb lines, that's a single hook.
We get all sorts of trot lines out here.
Right. And see, we're allowed to use them in Ohio, but we have to put our name and address and all our information on them. Same way with jugs. We're allowed to jug for turtles in some places, but we have to put information on saying it's ours, you know.
Yeah, so many
You're
people
only
don't
allowed 2
label
hooks
their.
and they have to be barbless. Wow.
That makes sense.
Even if you're,
how's that thing going to stay on there all night,
fish,
though?
Right.
Right.
Exactly. Because if you let up on that thing at all,
it's gone.
Catch my couch.
I'll go barbless if I'm specifically trout fishing. Browns and little rows. Who they've got all sorts of special water out here. Red and green chili water. Super strict about what kind of hooks. Yeah, we've got all sorts of trout tags and protected trout here, native trout.
Well, barbless hooks on trout makes sense to me because they got a pretty. That's just a what do you call that? A fragile fish, I guess.
Yeah, they're all delicate.
Yeah, very delicate. That's
Die
what I
all
was looking
easy.
for. Yeah. Trout's a very, very delicate fish. If you handle it too much, let it touch the grass, many things can just kill trout, and it's over. Yeah, it sounds pretty strict, relaxing. Because I mean, here, even if we were only allowed 1 rod, we'd still be allowed a bank lines. So I could go out and set 2 or 3 bank lines around where I'm fishing, and then it's basically like fishing with 4 rods, but I'm still legal. You know what I mean? I might actually test that out this year when I'm back at the creek sometime. Set up a couple bank lines down from me a little ways. Put something on so I can see if something's on. See, yeah, I'll think about it. I'll check the rules over again and make sure I'm not wrong on that.
Gee, fishing is closed till May 21st for relaxing.
What?
That's whack.
Closed fishing? Are you serious? I used to want to come to Canada. I don't want to come no more.
Is that specific water or is that
Oh, too much ice. Yeah, I forgot he told us that the other day. Yeah, it's not safe. Probably not thick enough to go out on, and they figure people go out fishing, they're gonna try it. I don't know.
Yeah, they do that at the Muskie Lake. They'll close it to boats and stuff like that. Won't be good enough to ice fish. Then you can't get out there on a boat either.
Yep.
That Muskie Lake closed down when all this stuff started. All the COVID mandates and whatnot.
Yep.
Then that lake opened back up, man. That was the hottest muskie bite I've ever been on. Literally everybody at that lake was catching muskies, and I think just about everybody caught 4 or more, no matter what lure they were using.
Hell yeah.
Motherfuckers.
Marie's playing Red Dead.
Good old Red Dead. Disappointed me. Wish they would have added.
Oh, dude, yeah, we're still playing everyday bitch and wish they'd add something, dude. You know, they're putting all their shit, they're putting everything into GTA, and they just gave up on this. There's only like 2 or 3 testers on here. They're not doing anything about God mode. Dude, people figured out God mode. You just absolutely can't kill them. And I even watched a video on YouTube said you can hog time and shoot them in the head with a repeating shotgun until they die, and then pick them up and drop them, and it takes them out of God mode. Well, me and my buddy Mayhem ran into 3 of them in God mode the other day. We hog tied one. I unloaded my shotgun. He unloaded his shotgun. I unloaded mine again. And every time we'd unload one, dude would get loose. We'd hog time again, start shooting him again. He wouldn't die. And so whatever that video was talking about was bullshit. Unless I was supposed to be like using incinerator rounds or something. I don't know.
Huh. Sounds like those guys were just straight up hacking.
Yeah, that's what it is. They found it. They found a glitch. They found a hack. Yep. There's people coming on there invisible. And I don't mean off the radar. There's a bunch of people coming off the radar where there's no dot. You can't see the dot at all. So they're just running around killing you and you can't see them. But then I ran into invisible players. A horse will come riding invisible by. Yeah, literally. A horse will come riding by with nobody on it. Next thing you know, you get shot from the top of that horse. And I mean, you'll be out in the open and you'll see the bushes move beside you. Next thing you know, you got your throat slit. Well, you know, when you die, it shows the picture of who killed you. Well, when it shows that, there's somebody there. But in the game, you can't see them. Yeah. Yeah, it sucks.
You see the damn bushes moving.
Yeah. Yeah, you can see them in Deadeye. That's the only way you can see them is in Deadeye. If you don't use Deadeye, there's nothing there. So I got to stand there in Deadeye, and spin all the way around, So, I mean, if they're close to me, they just walk around in a circle with me, and I still never see them.
Got that all figured out.
So many hacks they've got. Yeah, there's so many hacks they've got, man. They figured out. But once I start getting attacked by people like that, I just switch servers, go out, come back in, different server, different people.
Good old Red Dead. Me and my buddies used to cut it up in that game when it first came out, but we were expecting it to be like exactly like Grand Theft Auto Online, kind of with that kind of shenanigans.
Right. It's kind of turning into that. It really is. It's getting just about as bad as GTA with the griefers. For real.
Once in a lifetime blizzard.
Gain another one. Huh?
I was just reading Relaxing Frustrations.
Ah.
Once in a lifetime blizzard and then a flood of the century.
Nice. That ought to get the fish moving.
I was thinking the same
don't
exact
move
thing.
the houses with it.
Yeah, I love that song. I like it, Dale.
Be the ultimate structure for those guys.
Yep. Deadpool, what's up? I just seen you over at Big Matt's. What's up, brother? How you been? I'm sure you're probably already subbed to Mr. Cameron here. I'm sure we've dropped his link before. But if you wouldn't mind, could you pull a couple of your spare channels out and put them on there just for a little insurance? Mr. Deadpool, can somebody drop Cameron's link for me? I've got my other phone on Big Matt's dropping his link over there because he's got a lot more people than I do. So I'm dropping it over there. We're up to 527. Yeah, we're 527 still. No, I was just talking about that. I just told Cameron that was the plan yesterday was to go live. It was to go live for the cab money, and then I seen his numbers and changed my plan.
You've been
Maria's
okay,
like, hey.
Deadpool.
Maria's going, hey, did you ask anybody about cab money yet? I'm like, no. I'm on a different mission right now.
Maria going fishing with you?
Is Maria going fishing with me? I don't know. So
Thank you,
probably
Frustrations.
Huh?
Well, no.
Oh, yes, you can't. Yeah, we got it. They're coming in to do a damn bug inspection tomorrow. I forgot. I almost canceled my trip, and she's like, "No, it's not an inspection. They're just coming in to look for bed bugs." So she told me I could still go.
Yeah, I told Willie if anybody can help him getting the cab hurt, then he can go fishing while I sit here and wait for them to come around.
I mean, there's always a chance they show up early in the morning, but
waiting on them.
Never know.
Okay, where are you at?
Thank you, Deadpool. Appreciate it, brother. Yeah, I got a hold of Big Matt first thing this morning. As soon as I got up, well, it wasn't this morning. I got up around noon. But when I got up, I got a hold of Big Matt and asked him if he could help me out. And he said, "Y'all gonna get live in about 15 minutes." And then about 20 minutes later, he messaged me back. He said, "I can't go live right now, but as soon as I can." So I was like, "All right, I got this." So I just set mine up, my earlier one up, and then
yeah, I was still asleep when y'all were setting that up.
I figured. I did that. I've done that same thing to a couple people. Of course, the couple people I did it for don't come around no more. But you know, it is what it is.
That's
I like
life.
doing that, man. Yep, that's facts. Facts. Yeah, when I did that thing for Stan to get him up over 1,000, I got a hold of like 5 or 6 people the night before setting all that up. When we did that one, but unfortunately for you, I don't talk to none of those people anymore. Yeah.
Well, that's too damn bad.
Yep.
What's up, Dixon
So
Cider?
Gotta climb back up. Dixon Cider, man, I'm jealous of that one too, but I'm not as jealous of that one as I am Bastard Mouth. That's still my favorite. Bastard Mouth is my favorite. Yeah, Deadpool's awesome with that shit. Yeah, he got that one because they were talking about the Dixon cider, and like it's actually a cider company, I think California or something like that.
Well, I kind of found it.
Dixon cider.
Like a hard cider.
Yeah, it's a hard cider. Hard cider. Hard Dixon cider.
Your boy. Eel or no eel fishing. That's a new name. I've never seen that one before.
At 11:30.
What was it? Oh, eel or no eel? Yeah, I ain't never seen that one. What's up? Eel or no eel? But yeah, I think I'm gonna take some of my frozen bluegill. I'm gonna take one of them pork steaks.
Oh, that explains why I didn't.
I'm definitely still gonna take some jigs and at least take the Black Max, Abu. I might take the bait caster. I don't know the bass rod. I don't know.
Hold on, let's see if I can make it.
Yeah, I think those little crankbaits and stuff to bring.
Oh yeah. I got them all still sitting here where I was where I had them out on that one live stream a while back. I still got some artificials. I still haven't been to Walmart to get night crawlers or any jig heads that I still need, but I think I can figure something out. I think I can keep from getting skunked anyway. Hopefully.
I'm sure you'll manage.
Yeah, that's the main thing. I hope I remember how to cast, man. It's been a long time.
Okay, I guess I'm still in the wagon. My rider is where?
If I backlash tomorrow, and then I know it's going to be a good year. Because if I backlash my first trip, then I know it's going to be a good year. 2 reels, 1 carp. What's up? Check them numbers now. I know what they're doing. I know who that is.
Who is that?
531. That is Mr. Deadpool.
Sure,
Coming in with all
boy.
his accounts. Yes, sir. Yep.
How funny. Some random names Deadpool's got.
Yeah, I love that one too. Ripping lips with this big tip. That should be a fishing channel right there. Just saying. I know I've asked you this before, Deadpool. Do you fish? Do what?
I had this Shimano Saragoza rod. That thing had the most retarded tip on it. Excuse my language. That thing was thick though. Broom handle.
Damn. The tip
Crazy
was?
Ocean rod. Yeah, the tip's about as thick as a pencil on that thing.
Jesus. My mom had an old ass surf rod like that. It was like I want to say about 5 foot tall. And the tip was probably the size of my finger. Not quite as big as you're talking, but it was pretty thick. It had the roller eye on the end of it. And she called it Old Blue or some shit like that. And that's actually what she caught her first big fish on. Yeah. She had a Zebco 404 on that surf rod, dude. And 20-pound line and caught a 21-pound shovel head.
It was like for like 60 pound.
Dude, when I opened that 404 up, the gears just fell out in my hands. Destroyed it.
Believe it.
Freaking destroyed it, man.
Fattest 4 inches you've ever seen.
Yep, damn straight. 532. That reminds me.
All I ever caught on that rod was a darn.
A what?
Be a great rod. A darn turtle.
Oh. Yeah, Mom caught that 21. I don't think she caught a whole lot of fish on that pole. But we was out at Snively's, and Snively's had 2 ponds, and there was an old stone quarry. So both of them was deep as shit, rocks all the way around the sides. And we was back there fishing one day, and I went back to the creek behind there and throw netted, trying to get chubs and stuff for the lady at the bait shop, the owner of the lake. I'd go help her catch bait. She'd let me fish, you know what I mean? And so I went back there and throw net, and then I caught shad. I'd never caught shad out of this creek before, but they were tiny, like baby live shad. I come back up through there, and Mom's like, "Did you get anything?" I was like, "I got shad." She's like, "What?" I was like, "I got shad." She's like, "Give me one." So I hand her one of them little shad dudes. She puts it on that surf rod, big, like 16-inch unweighted bobber, 3 or 4 ounces of weight underneath of it. Tosses it out, dude. As soon as it hit the water, the bobber just kept going. Like the fish grabbed it as soon as it hit, man. The bobber, it stood up, and the bobber just shot straight down. She hooks it, dude, and that surf rod literally bent. I'd never seen that rod bend before in my life. It didn't bend on that 21. I mean, the reel was screaming as it was getting ripped to pieces, but the rod didn't bend. This time, that rod bent, and then all at once the line popped, and that bobber shot like 10 feet up out of the water, because it was just free from the bottom. Shot up out of the water. And she said, "I don't know what that was, but I'm done." And she quit fishing for the day. She said, "I'm done." Yeah, we still have no idea what grabbed onto that.
Yeah, but I've always found you don't want too stiff over these dang channel cats.
That's very true.
All right.
Very true. I like I like the light action when I'm fighting. Like that's what I was saying earlier, man. I like taking the what I call bait poles, my 202s and 33s and stuff like that. I like taking them out for the channel cat, man. And the small rods, 4, 5, 6 foot rods. I love it. Fully vaginated. Wassa.
Them 4 and 5 and 6 footers do.
534.
Jeez, boy. That's probably all Deadpool.
Yeah. Well, I don't know. I just dropped over Big
Most
Matt
of
again,
those.
too.
Oh, yeah. Dude, everybody's
He's
pitching
got-
in on this one,
Yep. Well, I wasn't sure if Big Matt was really was doing much to promote you over there. That's why I joined in before I started this live. Started dropping the link over there. But I did go in with the new channel Hillbilly Rage, so I'm trying to help me road warrior out at the same time a little bit. Which I'm not dropping my own link. Some the other guys are. There's a few people in there dropping my link. Shocked they were able to find it, really.
Unless they're mods, then they can
new.
just click on.
Oh, yeah, that's right. I forgot they fixed that. Yeah, I forgot they fixed that.
Rod dogging outdoors.
Rod dogging outdoors. Yeah. 535. That's awesome.
Dang, somebody's making their car backfire over here in the neighborhood.
Nice.
Blasting around. Yeah, Willie, we need to get you back out on the water, man.
Yeah, I know it. I definitely do, man. This has been a long winter, depressing winter. A lot of bad shit happened. A lot of good shit happened. But it's been a long winter either way. Every winter's long, man. Especially up here. I know you guys get a lot of similar shit down there. We do that. Not
yeah,
a toll,
on and off.
Toll. Yeah. Yeah, I know you guys get some pretty shitty weather too. Like the other day here, man, we had 70. I can't remember. We had almost 70 degrees like 4 or 5 days ago, 4 days ago. The next day, we had rain, snow, and sleet all at the same time. All coming out of the sky at the same exact time. It's like, fuck, man.
All just dropping them water temps, man.
Yeah. Yeah, that just fucks with the fish, something horrible. 536. Damn, we're only 9 away from the goal. Maybe I should have put 550. I almost went ahead and put 550. That's what I said. If you hit when I ended the first one, I said if you was at 530 before I came back, I was going to make the goal 550. Well, you were at 522. Yeah, you were 522 when I checked it when I was setting this live up. So I put it at 45 instead of 50. We're creeping right up on that. 537. 538.
Killing it.
That was pretty cool. I just refreshed it twice and it went up. I know it wasn't Deadpool that quick.
Aspirations of masturbating.
Yep. Is masturbation a form of meditation? Absolutely. Blast them
Heard
out
it here
there,
first, folks.
Absolutely. Form of meditation. Sasha kind of debated me. He's like, but aren't you exerting yourself? I was like, yeah, but afterwards, aren't you completely relaxed?
You just get me down there, get me catching these carp, these little bass, these bluegills. And then you got the river like 10 feet away at some of these areas.
Yep.
Doesn't get much better.
Right. So you say you're in a better area now?
I'm still at my
or just new spots?
Yeah, it'll just be like new spots, kind of closer to these other areas I fish.
Right.
Yeah, definitely closer to these bait spots though. It's one that I almost never hit.
Because it was too far away before?
Yeah, it was just like I had better stuff closer to me, so why even go there?
Right.
I went there for the first time, gosh, the other day. I seen some big, I don't know what they were, big suckers, big quillback.
What the hell's a quailback?
Quillback sucker? Well, it's like those
hell's that?
Epic Catfish uses them things all the time. It's like almost like a carp body with a sucker face. You know how the sucker has like more of a lippy mouth, carp?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like a carp body, real tall back, big spine, big dorsal, like what do you want to call that? Big dorsal fin.
Are they silver?
Yep. Silver, white, black. I don't know if they got a black eye.
Sheephead. That sounds like our sheephead, man.
Fully Deadpool like stick suckers. Never seen that kind of sucker fish.
That reminds me, man. I know I've told this story on here before, but when I was about 15, I was down at Deer Creek with Mom, and we're fishing. There's the dam, then there's a stretch of water, there's a bridge, and another stretch of water, and then there's little tails off into a smaller creek. We're fishing down there toward where it tails off, and we've been fishing there for a few hours, and all of a sudden this little crowd of people gathered down by the bushes, down to the right of us, down where the small creek, where it went into the smaller creek. Well, after there was 10, 12 people standing there, finally Mom's like, hey, go over and see what they're looking at. Like, all right. I walk over, dude, and there's this guy with his pants down, sitting in the creek. He's sitting in about a foot of water with probably a 15-pound carp with his dick in his mouth. At a
Deer Creek.
Friggin' state park, dude. A state park.
What the
and
fuck,
there's 20
man? Ohio for you.
Yeah. There's 20 people standing here watching this dude get a blowjob from a carp.
So what the fuck happened to what happened to this guy?
Eventually, somebody called law and they came down and arrested him, but that was serious. Yeah, I'm never gonna forget that shit as long as I live.
That's some wild ass shit.
It.
So there's like 20 people down there.
Oh yeah, yeah. There was
how do you,
there was 12 to 15 when I walked down there, and it grew while we were still standing there watching. I guess he thought he was out of sight, but dude, he was literally he wasn't even 50 yards down the creek. I mean, he was right there.
It's like, how did he get this damn carp?
Right. I'm assuming he caught it. I mean, well, the water's so shallow down there, he could run one up into like a small cove in the shallow water. You know, he'd probably catch it by hand.
Run him aground.
Yep.
Yeah, I've done that with some carp on the Rio. Used them on the spot.
Yep.
Every year the water goes up and down, you'll get carp that get stuck like that. A whole bunch of free bait.
Absolutely. It's the same way here when they drain state park, Deer Creek. Every winter they'll drain that lake down to the original creek. So it's like literally just the original Deer Creek running through to the dam every winter, and then they'll fill it back up. And when they drain it, dude, there's fish everywhere. There's lures everywhere, holes. You know, you walk across that thing, you can fill up a tackle box.
Oh, I'm waiting for the water to get super low at that spilling way I fish.
Mm-hmm.
Man, there is so much lead and so many lures over there.
My bet.
Yeah, I'd like to see the
lead spillway at Deer Creek get like that. Huh?
People just toss gear over there too. I brought home fishing poles, all sorts of crazy 3-way dropper rigs.
Damn. Yeah, I found rods laying on the bank before. Yep, I found poles just laying on the bank. The line got tangled up, it was just tangled up in the reel, and they just laid it on the bank and left. They just bought it from Walmart for like $15-20. You can tell it was brand new. Still had the plastic around the scan tag on the handle. You know what I mean?
Right.
You know, brand new. Go out there and the line tangles up. First time they use it, they just throw it on the bank and leave it. I go down there, I pick it up, I untangle it, and I fish with it and take it home.
That's the dang fishing video right there.
Right? Yeah, that shit never happens when I'm going live, though, of course. Ever. I find rod parts.
One man's trash is another man's treasure. Oh yeah, I've got all sorts of bearings and other little reel parts.
Mm-hmm.
Mainly those spacer, the spacer washers for your spool.
Yep.
On the spinning reels.
I've lost a lot of those myself.
I swear it's like once a year I have to either take one out or add one in.
Right. Yep, I've definitely lost a lot of those myself. And that moon ring, like the little push button reels, that moon ring that goes on there that holds the thing in. Oh, dude, I've lost that thing more times than I can count. Half moon key clips on there.
Huh. I haven't used push button reels in forever.
Right. I still love my 33s, man. I'll put a 33 up against damn near any reel on the planet. You know, for performance.
You can put like 20-pound test on those, can't you?
I have. Yep. I used to fish pay leg. Yeah. I used to fish pay because you could have 2 big poles and a bait pole, and the only stipulation to the bait poles, it had to be 6 foot or less. So I had a 6-foot bait pole, like the Zebco rod, and a 33 with 20-pound test line, a 2 or 3 odd hook with a piece of shad on it. Yeah, I'm bait fishing. You know? Look at this 15-pound blue I just caught for bait.
Yeah, shoot, if you stick
that
some.
shit a lot.
How did those do with braid?
Man, I hate braid. I've never tried it. I don't know what it would do because I'm afraid because I've found a lot of reels and bought reels that had grooves in the spool. Not the spool itself, but you know how the piece goes over top of it that actually holds the line. And I've seen it where there was a groove in that pin that sticks out that puts the line back on the reel, or like a 202 and 404 is made. It's got the kind of the wavies
That little
on
nub.
the top piece. Yeah, that little nub that holds the line. I've seen those so bad, dude, that I would have to take sandpaper and sand it down and then get fine sandpaper to round it back off, because if not, it cut every piece of mono I put on there. And I think those people might have been using braid before. I think that's what happened. But yeah, I'm not a
That
braid
makes
fan.
sense.
Never have been. I mean, maybe someday, but I doubt it. You know what I mean? I actually, yeah, no, I don't. Yeah, I started to say I might have braid on my loose bass rod, but no, I put mono on it. No, it's not mono either. It's that new fluorocarbon.
Fluoro.
Yeah. First time I tried it out. Yeah, I got the fluorocarbon on that. I like
I
the way it
forget
cast.
that.
I ain't caught nothing on it to go by judge on that. I ain't caught nothing on it because I bass fishing with it. But or no, I
That line
caught
would
a
be
channel
good
cat.
for your walleye fishing.
Yeah, that's where I use it mostly is back to the reservoir. And I got some big old. I think they're bass lures or whatever, but I figured walleye should hit them. I actually can't. I couldn't find those the other day when I was trying to show you guys. Man, there might still be
What's
shit in
up,
my fanny
Jeffrey?
pack. Well, sure. Jeffrey, what's up? Yeah, he just messaged a few minutes ago. So what's everybody up to? I said, I'm live. So I'm messaging Jeffrey. I'm dropping your link over in Big Matt saying I'm live up here.
Yeah, that fluorocarbon would be better for the walleye's teeth. Same for the channel cats too. Better abrasion resistance.
That's what I love about my big game, man. I do 25-pound big game, and I say 25 because 25 are bigger. The 20-pound, not so much, but 25 and bigger, dude, that shit can rub against trees. It can rub against rocks. It can rub against concrete. And, you know, as long as it's not there for a significant amount of time, it's going to hold. And I mean, I've had that shit look like it was shredded, but it still never broke. You know, I love that line. So yeah, if that's what fluorocarbon's all about, then I'm gonna like it too.
Big game's hard to beat, but yeah, fluorocarbon has like different coatings and stuff on it.
Oh yeah, yeah, that'll come in handy for the reservoir, especially because dude, it's all rock. I mean, the bottom, once you get, I don't know, 15, 20. Well, yeah, it's not even that far. About roughly 10 feet off the bank, it's mud bottom. You know, it's a city reservoir, but from the 10 feet out up is nothing but rocks, and some of them is friggin' boulders. I'm talking, you can, when the water's low, I think I can't remember if I've showed y'all back there, but I'll show you this summer. When the water's low, the one spot I stand in front of that ramp, the handicap ramp back here, and I call it a handicap ramp, but there's no bar on the front and there's no bars on the right side, so that's not really safe to go down on a wheelchair, if you know what I mean. But I fish in front of that a lot, and when the water's low, you can see about 8-10 feet out, dude. There's this friggin' boulder, dude. I mean, massive, just sitting there on top of these rocks. And right behind that is where I slammed my 5-pound walleye. It's where I catch my massive crappie back there, right behind that rock. So, you know, I got lucky on that walleye because I was using a big rod. I was using one of my big catfish rods. So I just kind of pulled him up over top of it. You know, he wasn't really able to wrap around it.
Right.
But yeah, I definitely need line back there that can take a beating.
That's probably the main piece of structure out there.
Yeah, it is. Well, there's something else down toward the other end, but it's too far out to know what it is. But you can always see a churning of the water. There's some type of pump out there. I don't, I'm not sure what it is, but even in the wintertime, the whole thing will be froze over except that one spot. And you can see where the water churns.
That's where some big fish are in the winter for
Yeah,
sure.
and see, that's where I caught that 8-pounder last year. When I caught that, which is my biggest fish out of that reservoir so far, I caught that 8.5-pound channel last year, and I was fishing right beside that with a crappie head. So that's what I'm thinking too. That's what, if I'm going to get a good one, that's where it's going to be at.
Yeah, because if there's like a pump down there, that'll generate a underwater current in a reservoir.
Yep,
That'll
and there's definitely
draw right
current. Yeah,
to that.
You throw a bobber close to it, dude, it'll push it right away. You know, just like a not the aerator. What the hell do they call those things that don't really blow air? They just kind of move the water. A lot of pay lakes around here use them. I can't remember what the hell it's called, dude. They don't call it an aerator. They call it something else. But yeah, that's
them
what
fountains
it looks like
out here.
Well, yeah, that's kind of what it is, except it's underwater. It doesn't actually spray up. You just see the water moving.
That's the same thing. They have
same concept, same setup.
We got Liam Knight Pond, Tingley Beach, Isleta Lakes, Sandia Lakes. All those have those little fountain type underwater. Like all the water just rises up right there.
Right.
That's where all the trout, cats,
Deadpool.
when they first stock, that's where they go.
Right. We're creeping up on my goal there, Jeffrey.
They usually leave that pump in the deepest spot.
Oh yeah, and I think that's what it is back here too, because for the most part, that's pretty well the same depth all the way across. I mean, it goes down to about 10 foot. Where I was telling you the rocks end 10 foot out, it's about 10 foot, and that's all the way around. But out toward the middle, it's like 14, 16 foot deep on this end. And then the other end, I've set it at 18 and 20, and my bobber floated. You know, the bobber stood up at 20 feet. So I know the sinker, the bait might have been on bottom, but I know the sinker was. You know.
Yep.
So I haven't got an exact measurement on that end yet, but it's definitely deeper down there. It has to be. And it's so hard to judge sometimes back here though, man, because the water level changes. Like I'm hoping when I go back here tomorrow, I'm hoping, if I got the cab money, I'm hoping the water is up at least touching that concrete ramp. And because it's just better fishing when the water's up for some reason. When it's low, it's like the fish have no cover because, you know, it is down to the rocks, to the edge of the rocks, and they don't have no cover. And they're just out there in open water, and they're just hard as hell to find, except for that one pump area, you know, we were talking about. But yeah, the water and in the summertime, dude, they'll open up. They got a pipe because, like I said, it's our city reservoir, but they got a steel pipe that comes up out of the ground from a spring that's back here behind the YMCA, which is right on the other side of the reservoir. And this pipe comes all the way underground from the YMCA up underneath the walking path around the reservoir, and then it comes out like 10 feet out of the side of the rocks. And they'll go back here and open that thing up, and it ran all summer last year. I mean, all summer, and that water level never came back up. It never recovered. There's a cement slab that they put down underneath that pipe because I think that's how they filled up the reservoir in the first place. That and natural rain, of course. But they put this concrete slab, and I think the reason they put that is so that when the pump was running, it didn't dig a hole, dig a ditch, make its own creek type. And all summer, that concrete slab was exposed last year. It never came up above that, and I've never seen it do that in 10 years I've been here. I don't know where the hell our water is going.
Low water.
I don't drink it. Yeah, that's a lot of friggin' water, dude. That's a lot of lake back here, man. I mean, it's not Great Lake or nothing like that, but without a boat, that's a lot of lake. and you're not allowed to have a boat back here either. I've
Say
seen
that
a
again.
boat, but that's when they, huh?
Oh, not allowed to have a boat back there is what you said.
Yeah, I've seen a boat. That's when the state comes in and they put that blue shit in the water. It's supposed to kill the algae, which makes no sense because shad eat algae and they stock shad in there. So you stock shad and then you kill the shad's food. That makes sense. You know?
Yeah. That was a
But
big
I'm just
move
a high
right
school
there.
dropout. I don't know nothing. Oh yeah, Jeffrey, I was saying, I set the goal. You see in the title, I set the goal for 5:45. We are at 5:38 right now, thanks to Deadpool and all his friends.
Yeah,
I'm
thank
gonna
you
go
all
through
again,
my
man.
channels too, huh?
Y'all killing it with these extra channels and just sharing me out.
Yeah, I'm just hoping the extra channels stick. That's the only thing I'm concerned about because back in the day, I used to be able
Right.
to give somebody 30 subs with my channels, and they stayed, you know. And then a few months back, it's like they're catching on. Oh,
Yeah, they
speaking of
can tell
which,
it's all from like the same IP address.
yeah. Well, I do have another one on my phone with a different email account, and I can't remember if he's subbed to you. So I'll have to check that after I end this. I might be able to give you another one that will stick for sure.
Yeah, shoot, man, it's all
I got to
good. You
go
guys
through and
have
delete a lot of mine.
done so much today. It's all good, man. We're gonna keep fishing, keep posting every Sunday.
Hell yeah.
And we got all sorts of plans.
Yeah, I'd really like to get to some new water this year, but I imagine it's going to be a lot of the same. There might be a couple trips to Deer Creek thrown in there when I have some extra money. But man, that's $50, you know, which is it's cheaper than a Pay Lake trip because Pay Lake we're paying $32 in the cab, 16 there, 16 back, and we're paying $40 to fish, $20 a piece. So you know, right there we're at $72 for a Pay Lake trip. And that's not counting if I need to buy any kind of tackle or bait or anything like that. But when I go to Deer Creek, I've already got my fishing license. I catch my own bait or I buy night crawlers, and we got to pay 25 there, 25 home in the cab, which is $50, but that's still $22 plus cheaper than the Pay Lake, you know. So
Yep.
I think we're going to try to make a few more trips to Deer Creek this year instead of Pay Lake. I'm still going to fish the Pay Lake, man. That's my home. You know, I've been fishing especially that Pay Lake. I literally lived at that lake when I was 12 years old in a camper with my mom. I've been fishing there since I was 10, catching big fish since I was 12. You know, it's one of my homes. You know, I know people hate me. You know, a lot of people hate that I fish Pay Lake, but shit happens. We're just gonna have to get over it because I love that place. You know.
Yep. Good night, Ashley. Thank you.
Not Ash.
Have a good one.
Thank you for stopping in.
The old Pay Lake Inn. It's from what you've shown and said, that your Pay Lake's not the same as those other ones with all like the fish
Yeah.
dumping and crap like that. So
yeah, they don't put no copper sulfate in the lake to make the fish go stupid or nothing like that. It's spring fed. There's natural food source, and because one of the lakes I talk shit about, it's called a whippoorwill. No, not whippoorwill. Windmill. It's called Windmill Lakes up the other side of Wilmington. They have 3 lakes, and he'll stock 10,000 pounds of fish per lake. Come that weekend, they'll dump copper sulfate in one of those lakes. So those fish go on a feeding frenzy. They act like they're starving to death. So I mean, just fish are just hitting like crazy. And there's no bait fish in these lakes except the occasional stuff that gets let go or thrown off a hook or dumped back in or whatever. But he puts this copper sulfate in there. The fish act like they're starving for about 3 days, and then they all die. So they dip out 10,000 pounds of fish, take them back in the woods and bury them, go buy another 10,000 pounds of fish and put in there.
It's a lot of fish.
Yeah, exactly. Where my lake up here, they don't even have to stock 10,000 pounds of fish a year. He might stock maybe 1,500 pounds of fish a year because they don't do anything to kill the fish. The only thing they have to stock constantly is channel cat. And that's because people come in there to catch channels to eat. They stock a lot of farm raised channels. People know they're going to be safe. People will drive 100 miles to fish this lake just to catch channel cat. That's why it's just flat packed every weekend. People come from all over just to catch them channels. So they got to stock them on a constant basis. But that's, like I said, at least 80% of the channels they put in that lake are farm raised. So that's not commercial fishing them out of the river or out of Lake Erie. They were raised for that purpose. So that's a whole different ball game. But when they get the big blues and the shovels, of course they have to go to Lake Erie or whatever to get those. But he only stocks what he has to. People's catching fish. They catch a fish, it goes back in the lake. It's still healthy.
Yep. For the most part.
Yeah, for the most part, yeah. I mean, and some of them get caught way too much. I seen a 35-pound shovelhead last year. Dude, his bottom jaw was broken in half. And there's a couple things that could have happened there. One, he could have been under a snag and hooked there, and somebody had some real heavy braid and broke his jaw. Or they tried to pick up a fish that was too big to lift by his jaw and hold him, and that's how they broke his jaw, which is a good possibility.
Right.
Because that braid the fish when they're that big.
They'll get hooked, then they'll snag the hook, which will pull the hook through to the line.
Yep.
And then they'll just jaw it.
Yep.
I've caught some channel cats with the busted jaw. Oh
yeah. There's another lake I used to fish where I caught my 45 shovel and that 41-pound blue I was talking about earlier. And the bottom lake there, that place was called Old Super K, which they closed a few years ago. It's just a campground now. But down in the lower lake, there's a line of stumps right at the edge of the bank on one side. But that was there's no better place to fish for shovelhead. You fish right by them stumps 4 foot deep, and you hit fish all night long. Well, if you didn't, we figured it out. If you hook a fish, and it was right on the dam side, so I mean the hill went like a steep ass hill right behind you. You walk up that hill about 10, 20 feet, and you can pull that fish right up over top of them stumps. Without hurting fish, without getting snagged up and losing your shit, you pull him up over them stumps. Well, not everybody knew that trick. And there was a guy who come down there and kept losing fish in them stumps. Well, he goes out and gets 100-pound braid and puts on his pole. Hooks this fish. It was like 36 pounds. It got in the stumps, and he pulled it out of the stumps, pulled it through the stumps with that 100-pound line. And, dude, that fish was in
cheese
bad
grated
shape,
him.
dude. Oh, yeah, dude, he was tore all to hell, man. He got it up at the bait house, and Pete, with the owner, he's like, "What the hell did you do to my fish?" He said, "I got tired of losing them in them stumps." Pete said, "Don't ever come back to my fucking lake." He kicked him out on the spot.
That's crazy. I've seen some pretty heavy line down here in trot lines, man. I'm like, damn. Like, there's not a fish in here that'll break that.
Right. Absolutely not.
And then you'll pull it up and you'll look
some kind of cord. No.
Their bait's not worth it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, most of the time it's some nasty little shrimp or a hot dog.
Right. Yeah. It's going to be a channel cat hit. It's why are you using 150-pound cord for it?
Right. Your grandpa had
So, I
cord
mean,
though.
yeah. I mean, I've
Call
used
that
that. I
stuff
use that
military
cord
tripwire.
yeah, exactly. But yeah, I've used that cord when I'm setting for turtles, especially turtles, because hell, a turtle will come back up on the bank after he's hooked, crawl up in the damn bushes and wait on you, or go down there and wrap around structure or whatever. Sometimes you got to pull the tree out with the turtle.
Ooh,
But
we've
yeah,
got
if
some
I was setting
giants that
turtles,
would need that kind of stuff. Yeah.
yeah. Yeah, I'm gonna have to go back and watch that video for like another time. That one we watched, we caught that soft shell. You said it was a spiky something, leatherback.
Texas spiny soft shell.
Yeah, Texas spiny soft shell. I've never heard of that. I'm gonna have to check that out a little closer. You see, our soft shell around here,
Yep.
man, they're just rounded on the edges and all smooth.
It's mainly on the bigger ones. Those babies are pretty smooth, but on like the 5 and 10 pound soft shells, they have these little lumps.
Huh.
And I think it's just referring to like the pattern that they have.
Right. So it's possible it's the same. Possible the
Yeah,
same
shoot.
turtles. I've never caught 10 pounds. I've caught, like I say, I think I caught probably six, between 6 and 8 somewhere. Leatherback. That's the biggest I ever caught. That's what I call them, leatherback soft shells. But snappers, different story.
Yeah.
I've caught 10, 12, 15 pound snappers. That's like pulling a damn tire across the bottom of the fucking lake. The rim catching the mud all the way in.
Right, big old shell.
Yeah, just digging in with the claws, his front feet and back feet where you're trying to drag his ass out the bottom.
It's where people will be use this like 100-pound Dacron, 200-pound Dacron line.
Mm-hmm.
Looks like dang paracord, but it's like braid.
Now, see, I'd use that if I'm shark fishing for hammerheads or something, but I couldn't use something like that fish for catfish, man. Even if I ever do hook a 80, 90, 100-pound catfish, I still want to bring that fish in on 30-pound mono. You know what I'm saying?
That's why they make an 80-pound leader.
Yep, exactly. And if I'm running 30-pound mono, I got a 60-pound leader. So
right.
I want to do it on that. I don't want to do it on something the fish didn't have a chance to break. I want it to be a fair fight somewhat.
Yeah, shoot. I get down there. I start using 60-pound, 8-aught hooks, palm-sized bait.
Right.
That's how I started to get some of my bigger channel cats. But that 12-pounder ate a relatively small bait.
Yep.
Then you get these 4-pound, 4 and 5-pound channel cats just eat almost any size bait, like the size of a baseball.
Yeah, dude. I've thrown a friggin' bluegill out there the size of my hand, and it wouldn't be in the water 2 minutes, man. Bobber drop, take off running, and I caught a channel out here at More Acres, the Pay Lake, one of them farm raised I was talking about. I caught this fish, dude, got it all the way in the net on the bank, and realized the hook was this far from his mouth. He had tried to eat the bluegill head first, and I brought the fish in by the spikes on the bluegill. His dorsal fin is what pulled the fish in. He never even got enough of the bait in his mouth to have the hook in his mouth. I pulled it in by the bait.
Yep, you'll see that a lot with them spiny bait fish, man.
Yeah. Yeah, that channel wasn't big enough to eat that bluegill. I don't know what the hell he was thinking.
He was gonna get it down one
Big
way.
Mike, what's up?
What's up, Big Mike?
Yeah, he thought he was
Hundo
gonna get
Hunter.
down one way or another. Yeah, he thought he was going to eat that. Yeah, I've done that at least 3 times. I've done that. Pulled fish in by the bait. He couldn't even get the whole bait in his mouth. I think I caught a shovelhead like that once, like a friggin' small shovelhead I ever caught in my life. He was. I mean, I've caught yellow bellies bigger than a shovelhead, you know, and that was on a bluegill, not a big bluegill, you know, silver side. What I call a silver side, just a regular bluegill, like that, and it was just wedged in his mouth. Didn't even have a hook in his mouth. It's crazy. Caught bass by the bobber, fishing with them plastic stick bobbers with the piece of styrofoam. One get a Walmart 3 in a pack for $1.97 or something. I've had bass come up and eat those, and the stick of the bobber went through the roof of the bass's mouth when he ate it, and I pulled it in like that.
I mean, bass are funny. I've snagged leaves and sticks and had bass chase it.
Yep.
Like it's a lure.
Yep. I've been bringing corn in, bass fishing or carp fishing, reeling in, man. You know how that corn on the hook spins through the water? Bass come up there to slam it.
Yeah, but I've gotten them on the drop like that, just letting it sink.
Yeah.
Tiny little split shot, like a 2-foot leader.
Yep.
6-pound line. Bass fishing's fun. Multi-species fishing. Get them night crawlers, corn.
Yep.
10-pound line. Catch all sorts of
Yeah,
stuff.
see, I've caught channel cat on corn, man, but not very often. I don't think I've ever caught one as big as you did. I mean, they've always been real tiny channels, usually when I catch them on corn. But carp and trout, man, they love the corn around here.
Oh yeah, trout. There's no way I'm not taking corn if we're going trout fishing.
Right. Yeah, I've got 3.
Given.
Well, let's see, 4 things. 4 things I have to have when I go trout fishing. I gotta have corn. I gotta have night crawlers. I gotta have rooster tails, and I gotta have power bait. Those are the 4 things I have to have when I go trout fishing. Because either right after they put the trout in, they'll hit the corn and the night crawler, which is like I'll put a piece of night crawler on the hook about like this and let it kind of dangle, kind of like you were when you were bass fishing that video we watched. And then I'll tip the hook with 1 or 2 pieces of corn. And the trout will either hit that the first week they're in there, or they'll hit that 2 weeks later after they've been put in there. And if they're not hitting that, then they're hitting the rooster tails. If they're not hitting the rooster tails, then they're hitting the power bait. But if you take all that with you, you're gonna catch some trout on one of them.
Yeah, but that's what most people are brought up on out here is trout fishing.
Right.
Stocked rainbows, wild rainbows.
Yeah, I wish we had wild trout around here, dude. Oh, that'd be so awesome. I've never even ate an actual wild trout.
Yeah, neither have I.
Yeah. And I've seen them clean them. I've seen them on YouTube. I've seen people clean them. That meat's like a yellow color or whatever.
Like almost
and,
orange,
like
like a salmon.
Yeah, almost orange like a salmon. Yeah, and they're like, yeah, it's wild trout. Yeah, they look like that. I'm like, man, my trout's like white all the way through, just solid white meat, right? Because they're farm raised stock.
I'm gonna get out fishing tomorrow.
Hell yeah!
You're going
when you gonna
fishing
try
tomorrow.
live after you get to McDonald's?
Well, not because I can go live through dang YouTube.
Yeah, 100 subs you can go live through YouTube, and you got 500.
Yes, sir. Thanks to old Willie, Big Matt, everybody, man.
What you talking about, Jeffrey? All the wild trout? I bet they are.
Yeah, Jeffrey, you can hop up on panel if you want to, man.
Yeah, Big Matt shut down. I thought maybe business was about to pick up a little bit, but it is after midnight here though. Jeffrey, he's still like 9. Yeah, it's only 9:20 for him.
It's
You're what, an hour
10:20
behind?
over here.
Oh, you're 2 hours behind. Okay. Yeah. Yeah, I think you and Doug are both 2 hours behind.
Yeah, gosh, talk about somebody else who needs to come in here, old Doug.
I ain't seen him today. I think that headset shit
saw
got
him,
who? Huh?
He was in Hillbilly Road, or not Hillbilly Road. What the heck? Lost in Hillbilly Translation? Is that the channel?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah,
he was
because earlier I
in there.
went live on all 3 channels that I have hooked to my YouTube or my StreamYard. There he is.
Yeah,
As
look,
soon as you
there's
said
that
it,
old boy
there
right
he is.
now. What's
But
up?
yeah,
Doug?
earlier we were live on Dobson, Hillbilly Psycho, and Lost in Hillbilly Translation. Right, Jeffrey? That's some funny shit. Oh, they went to Warriors Heart. I got you. I'll remember that, Matt. It's all good. I'll remember that, buddy.
Shoot, we didn't know what you were up to, Duggar.
He said, "What, you think I ain't watching?" Well, we hadn't seen you comment, buddy. Damn, we're still sitting at 538, y'all. The hell? We done hit a Mexican standoff.
Yeah, we're reaching our plateau.
Yep. Yeah, that's what I say. I definitely don't have the pull I used to. But I knew you was only 11 away. I figured I could pull that off when I seen it last night.
Right, we were right on the road there, man.
Yep.
It was that beginner's guide to catfishing video kind of gave me a boost, and y'all came through and just sealed the deal.
Yeah, that's what happened. That last night I was watching your shallow water river fishing, and I seen your subs when I was on there. I was like, damn, it's too close. We gotta do something about that.
Yeah, you posted that on your community tab at like 4:00 in the morning, my time.
Yeah. Yeah, I was getting ready to go to bed and watching the video. I was like, oh shit. So I made up a post real quick. Got up when I woke up today, I checked it and reposted it. And then by the time I went live, he was a 495 when I went live the first time. So it's pretty easy from there. As long as we can get them to stick, man. If they're still there tomorrow, you should be in good shape. If you're still over 500 tomorrow, then you should have your community tab in the next few days.
Yes, sir. So, Duggar, here's the proposition.
Anybody? Yeah.
Only way me and Duggar are going fishing is if we're going after flatheads.
Damn straight.
Sounds a little bit like an ultimatum, but
well, I think that's a good ultimatum.
The one place I can't go solo.
Right. You gonna take this boy shovelhead fishing? Y'all trying to trick me saying that damn flathead shit. Damn shovelhead.
It'd be me taking him flathead fishing. But it'd be two brains at the same time. Has Duggar got on the flatheads? Yeah. I don't think we've heard Duggar. He's got like a 70-pounder.
Really?
Yeah, I think he said that one night. I don't know if that was in New Mexico though.
I haven't even broke 50 on any species yet. Stuck in the 40s.
Go snag an Asian carp like all the other big YouTubers.
Yeah.
You could put on a lipless crank.
He said, I'm in.
Duggar says he's in the basement. Is that what he means?
No. Oh, no. I think you said I'm in shovelhead fishing.
Oh, yeah. Oh, silly me. Rio Grande shovelhead fishing. At an extra secret location.
Right. You definitely got to do that. If not, you ain't going to have a spot to fish next time you go.
Quite a few people already know about it, but
oh yeah,
seems like they're pretty reliable on not eating the fish.
Right. As long as they ain't YouTubers going down there and taking a spot over. I know that's happened to a few people on YouTube. That's the reason I say that.
Old Duggar, he says I'm a crippled up old fat man, but I forgot more about catching butter catfish than most folks know.
Yep.
We go get them big old cops, all fresh. We put them in a cooler full of water. Keep them alive till we get down there.
You said you can't use the bass and stuff, but what about them bullheads you was catching?
Nope, can't use no bullheads either.
Can't use bullhead either?
Oh, I know. My God. Dang shame. There's so many of those things out here.
That's not even a fucking game fish, man. That's bullshit. What about Helgramites? Are you allowed to use Helgramites out there?
Oh, yeah, if you find them.
There should be a shit ton of those. Yeah, there should be a shit ton of those down there.
I'm pretty sure I flipped some rocks and seen them before. You talking about...
we got them.
Sumner? You talking about Sumner, Duggar? And Pecos?
Anybody wants the link, just tell me.
Buttagers, what did he say?
Link, asshole. Chub and perch, all we got. That's all you fish with, chubs and perch? Know what you're saying?
Sure, I didn't even know we could fish with perch out here.
Ain't perch a game fish?
I don't know.
That's close enough,
I think
Jeffrey,
so.
I guess. Not quite link, but close enough. Limp. I don't even know how to pronounce that. Huh? Limp.
We get them water dog salamanders going.
Yeah. Water dogs are the bomb too for shovelhead. Absolutely.
That's probably gonna be my main shovelhead bait.
You know, those are banned in every pay lake in the state of Ohio. Water dogs. And they say it's because they don't want them to get loose and repopulate in the lake. I said, that's bullshit. You don't want people to use them for bait, because if you come in there with 12 water dogs in a bucket, you're catching 12 fish. That's why they don't want you using water dogs to pay lake.
Buttagers between Santa Fe and Albuquerque. I never heard of that.
It's because they don't want them to get loose and repopulate in the lake. I said, that's bullshit. You don't want people to use them for bait, because if you come in there with 12 water dogs in a bucket, you catch fish. That's why they don't want you using water dogs to pay lake.
Buttagers between Santa Fe and Albuquerque.
You don't know. I can show you some things around New Mexico you probably won't even know. You don't know who you fucking with, kid. On a man, say. Yeah.
Them damn flatheads, man. People keep that shit secret out here.
I'm the man. I'm the guy. You ever heard that? I know a guy. I'm that guy.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, dude. Or you can go down there by Elgin. You can catch some nice flatheads. That's the only other place I know except right in. You catch one every once in a while up there by Peralta, but you'll catch more down there by Buttagers. that you know where in between Santa Fe and Albuquerque, where that little plant is, that little cement plant,
Huh.
electric,
Nuh-uh.
electric relay station. You know where Buttigers is? The town of Buttigers.
Now, is that
It's right there along the river.
east or west of
Like
Santa Fe?
it's like you're at Cochiti over there, and you're gonna come back down river towards Albuquerque. You know the river that runs.
Is that above Algodons?
After it comes out of Cochiti onto the Indian reservation.
Uh-huh.
Well, you remember the spillway right there at Cochiti?
Yes, sir.
Okay, you know the little that body of water that flows right there. It flows towards Albuquerque.
Yep.
Okay. Well, if you go down about halfway before you get to Albuquerque, there's a little town to your right there called Buttigieg. And there's a spillway down over there, and there's a good spot that I've caught some really nice flatheads there. I've caught some 20, 30 pounders in that. But
I never knew there was flatheads up this far north.
There really is. That's the only place I've ever found one. And it was just.
I ain't never caught a flathead before. What's that? What do they look like?
I was thinking, they're like your shovel head, man. Except they're really buttercat
shovels.
But I was fishing for walleye back there with big chubs. You know, because there's a good spill out. There's some big walleye that run up and down that too. They come out of, I don't know, I guess they come out of Cochiti one time. I don't know how they got down that river, but there's some big old walleye down in it, right there by that spillway. And I caught a couple of flatheads. It's the only place I've ever caught flatheads other than the muddy river down there by
the butte.
Your biggest channel cats in New Mexico are in Abiquiu, just so you know.
Yep. Yeah, I've talked to old Buzztail about that.
We've caught 30 pounders out of there. That is. I mean, channel cat. Never caught any other kind of catfish out of there. That's channel cat. And I've caught a bunch of them, but catch a lot of monster walleye out of that thing. God, Lord, I love that lake. I love that lake. Love it. It's even got a pretty healthy population company a lot of people don't know about. And it's got some monster smallmouth in there too. I've caught some 7 pounders in there.
Ooh. Yeah, most of the lakes they hold some big fish out here.
I caught walleye there, bro. The picture weighed 2 pounds.
Is that the one you sent to the Discord that one time?
Yeah, probably.
That thing was a sow. It was huge.
I'm telling you, he ate a state record channel cat. Him and his buddies, they smoked it. And a big walleye, monster walleye. But he caught 2 state records, a walleye and a catfish, and they ate both of them. I kept telling him, dude, you need to take that fish to fish and game. You need to take that fish to fish and game. He wouldn't listen to me. But he goes, we gotta eat him. We're gonna smoke. They just fixed the smoker and they smoked that son of a bitch.
I had somebody down here in Albuquerque. These big old channel cats. Eating the crap out of them.
Where do you go fishing for your flatheads? Muddy River or Cimarron?
Yeah, I'll go there, and then I'll go below Sumner in the Pecos.
Yeah, I hadn't been there. I hadn't been over there fishing Pecos by Sumner. I fished Sumner, but I never fished it in the river over there.
Yeah, they got a little spillway action down there.
Down
by campground.
Oh, bro, as long as it ain't a bunch of walking. You know, I've got bad ankles, bad knees, and I don't want to walk a long way. That's a big part. No, I'm not.
The road looks like there's just straight up road takes you to the Muddy River spot.
I'm Chacon if I can drive up to it. That's I can 50 yards is about 100 yards maybe. I mean, I'm a crippled little fat man.
Oh, I feel you.
But Willie, yesterday, my lawyer called me and I've been waiting on my social security disability for 5 years. I got it finally. Back pay and everything. So I'll have a little money to go. As soon as I find me a place to squat, a new casa, we'll definitely hit up for fishing, brother.
Yes, sir. How dang far are you from Albuquerque, you said?
I live in Santa Fe, bro.
Oh, okay, so you ain't far at all.
I'm not. You live in Albuquerque?
Yeah.
Oh shit. Yeah, we could do get in one of them channel cat contests against all these Yankees over there, and show them how to catch big channel cat.
Yeah, they're having that one. Avid's having that next one, and
springtime, bub. We cruise over to Avenue and just catch some freaking monster and catch like 30 or 40 of them.
I'm blowing up Maria's phone. Sorry. I've been working on Downriver's channel. Doing good, Mr. Duggar.
I figured out what the problem was with my computer. Am I loud and proud tonight?
Yep, we sound good.
All right. I have a snap camera downloaded on my shit and it's messing me up. So I finally figured out how to get that thing off. That's a pain in the ass. But I figured it out. I'm proud of myself.
Nice.
But yeah, we need to go. You need to come to us, New Mexico, man. Let's go chase some rocks, and I'm going to be semi-rich for a little bit anyway. So once I get situated, Cameron, me and you can go show them boys how to catch. You ever use any liver? I use a little chicken liver back here in Abiquiu, and we kill carp over there. Get us carp, and I do really good on carp over there. Or just catch a trout. It's over with. We can load the boat.
You were lagging out kind of a bit there, Doug. I heard Abiquiu. Do I use liver? Which I don't use a whole lot of liver in the Rio Grande, but that'd be pretty good for the lakes, I'm sure.
We'll have a new headset for reals.
Yep.
I'm sign off. I'm gonna say bye-bye.
Stephen Corley, what's up?
Right,
love all you guys.
You too, Mr. Duggar.
Y'all have a nice day.
All right, brother.
We'll get out there and slay them hogs one day, man.
Right on. Hit me up on Facebook Messenger.
Oh shoot. I ain't got Facebook.
All right, well.
We can talk in the dang comments.
You're the only 21-year-old I know that doesn't have Facebook. I swear.
I try to stay. I'm surprised I even have YouTube.
That's because he's out fishing all the time, man.
Facts.
He's the anti-millennial. He's an old soul.
You can't put it where you can see me and nobody else can see me, right?
If once we shut off live. So if you got on here right before they shut down.
Hey, dude, call me at 204-2456. Or just text me.
Yeah, you could have I think you could have popped that in the private chat. I'll have to go back and
It don't
rewatch.
matter. Dude, I ain't scared. I got caller ID. They can't do me no harm. I'll talk to anybody. I'll fuck with them. They call me trying to fuck with me. You know what I mean? Oh, hello, Art. Hey, say hi to your mom. Did she get that shit off her face? That kind of stuff. Yeah, I can talk that shit if I have to. So.
Yeah, I'll have to go back in the live because I'm in the dang StreamYard thing.
Yeah, well, I'm in the StreamYard too, so just it don't matter. I'm a good people. You know, God protects me. I ain't scared of nobody.
Yes, sir.
You know what I mean? That's my project right there. Maybe him too. I love both of these guys. Well, hell, man, let me dip out of here because I know y'all probably having a problem hearing me. Right?
It's like in and out. It's like
maybe because when I lean up, you can hear me better, huh?
Yeah, kinda.
Well, I'm gonna dip out. I love all you guys, and never know when the alien's watching your ass. So watch out.
Have a good one, Duggar.
Peace out. And that's a good looking logo.
Yep. I like him.
Old Duggar been around the fishing block.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, without a doubt.
All sorts of places in the Pueblos I'd like to fish.
Mississippi has a new state record, 131 pounds.
True.
Stephen Corley said. That's a friggin' hog. That's a tank. I mean, a hog, that's a friggin' tank.
That's about comparable to that one epic caught.
Mm-hmm.
That thing had to be like 120. Whew. And I'd like to even just catch a 20-pound channel cat.
Right.
Which Mr. Duggar making it sound like I need to go to Abiquiu ASAP. But that's a big old lake.
Right.
I'd say the lakes out here have immensely greater bait populations than the sections of river that I fish.
Right.
Changed a lot of the sections of river where I fish because they're trying to save the silvery minnow. It's all endangered out here.
Wow.
Right. And then they create these areas like little habitats for these silvery minnows, and they're just the best catfishing spots ever.
Right. Yeah, wherever big fish
reasons.
congregate, big fish gonna be right behind them.
Yep.
Let's say
even if you get miles
catfish in there.
above or below stream of these kind of areas.
Dang.
They spread out.
Minnows. I don't even know what the hell minnows are here. I think bass minnows, I think is what I've seen. So I don't know. There's sometimes
we've
some
got
weird
all
looking
sorts
things
of
in there
little.
too. Yeah, we got these ones that they're kind of dark colored and they got stripes down their body. They got flat fins coming out the side, spiky fins on top. I call them rock rollers. don't know if I've ever actually looked it up. Somebody told me it might have been a type of perch, but I catch them in the Seine all the time. Man, them walleye tear them things up too. I don't think they care, them walleye. I don't think they care as long as they can eat it. They're gonna eat it.
Yeah, I've heard some guys catching walleyes and some decent walleyes at that on a cut bait here at Santa Rosa Lake.
Yeah. Walleye on cut bait. I ain't never heard of that.
Star, New Mexico. I've never even caught a walleye. Gotta get out there and catch one of them little buggers.
They're fun to catch too. Well, the bigger ones are. The smaller ones, you know, you catch one under a pound, of course, you don't have a whole lot of fight to it. But you get up 2, 3, 4, 5 pounders, they got a nice little fight.
I seen a giant dead one floating in my section of river. It was probably about 4 pounds. I tried my hardest to grab that damn thing.
Somebody probably hooked it too deep or something.
Something, man. It was in the totally wrong area. He
Right.
was floating good. Yeah, the more I hear, man, these lakes out here are pretty fire. I've been out to this dang Cochiti Lake a few times, and every time I went, caught like 20-something fish a day. Channel cats.
Nice.
So I can only imagine most of the other lakes that are only populated with channel cats are about the same.
Right. You all right, Jeffrey?
Yeah, my back's stiff.
Take a Viagra?
Nope. But my ass did. No.
I didn't take a Viagra, but my ass did. That's fucked up. Oh, God.
Man.
Hey, my subs went up again, too. I'm at 2,130.
Nice.
Let's go check out the channel, see the exact numbers here. I was still at 120 last time I seen.
I got 2. I'm finally at 280, like 2 or something like that on Jeffrey Allen. Which I kind of feel sorry for him because, man, they're going to get tortured.
Shit, I gotta get in my studio to see the exact number. I forgot.
But I also am up to like almost 70 on Downriver Sound. And, dude, Mr. Duggar's going to be proud of me. So hopefully he's still lurking. Because good things come when you do good things for people and not expect anything in return. You just do the good deed, you know, help a friend out.
Mm-hmm.
I'm playing videos for Willie for your channel, and I'm texting people on about the other channel. And I reached out to JP from Down for Sound, and he said he'll do it. So Friday, I'm going to have the owner of Down for Sound on my channel.
Now explain to me who that is.
He's a country boy that started, I want to say he's from Kentucky, but I might be wrong. I think I am wrong, but he's from the East, and I think by the time we'll know when I get him on for the actual second time as the shop owner. But he started a company in his house or in his parents' house and grew it to where it's now a multi-million-dollar corporation in Las Vegas, and he sells car audio equipment.
Yeah, okay. I think I heard you talking about this guy in your Basehead Live.
Yep. And damn bug. Go away, fly. Little shit. But yeah, he's got a lot of stuff done in not a long period of time. So, and it shows that you can take somebody from anywhere with the right mindset and everything and get them to become, huge. It doesn't take degrees and I went to Harvard and stuck broomsticks in my ass. And I'm not trying to
then
be
you're
cheesy.
then you're up to your neck in student loans and other type of freaking debt and stuff like that.
Yeah. Yet you got somebody like any of the three of us, especially you could do it easier than Willie and I, but I still think that Willie and I are not old enough to do it if we really wanted to and push, to where we could start a business and make it multi-million if we wanted to. But it'd be a lot easier, I think, for you because you're younger, and you'd have more time.
Yeah.
But JP's not even that old. And his channel's Life of Price. And then Down for Sounds his company, or D4S, you'll see it.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah. So
and
stoked.
he made most of his money. He made most of his money from his company, correct?
Yeah.
Is down.
Yep.
Down D4S.
Yeah.
All right.
Which stands for Down for Sound.
Yeah, man. Anything's possible, man. Got to follow your dreams, and it's a grind.
Yeah.
And it's got to be something that you love too.
See, and I think that's the coolest part is it is something he loves to do. It's just like on the install side of it for me, I enjoy going from, having somebody rolling around with a car that has no stereo system to, hey, what can we do? Well, what do you want to do? I want some tunes. Okay, do you want basic tunes? Do you want something crazy? Let's do something right in the middle of the road. Okay. And then for them to hear basically, or they've got stock stereo and they want to go middle of the road, and all of a sudden you install a system for them and they're like, you said, look at his smile. And you see people like James just ear to ear, dude, and it's like, hell yeah.
Right, with them dang bags flopping around your car, windows shaking.
Well, it doesn't even have to be that huge, but I mean, just to see the person totally stoked that you did some work for, totally happy with what they got, that's what motivates me to want to do more.
I got you on that. Making the consumer happy, man.
Yeah. Which is funny because when I read the Scaroscope that's supposed to go with you to be you, it says I should be, normally I'd choose something like medical field or something like a doctor or something like that. And it's like, nope, I don't want blood, guts. I don't even, even on my own blood and guts, I don't like seeing it. So I definitely don't want to see somebody else or an animal or anything like that. So nix on that one. Next. And then I found car audio, fell in love with it because it was something I could do and experiment with, and not everybody does it. And bam. Shh.
Fell
Now,
right to your niche, man.
Yeah.
Meow.
Now, he just
Gato.
figured it out. Cameron's talking to
That
you.
little sucker.
Yeah, he'd make some great bait for coyote. And I don't mean as in the animal coyote, but I'm talking our buddy Wright's Trapping.
Oh yeah, he
Him and
called him in
old
for him.
Dingo.
Yep.
Yeah, the chat just stopped. Stephen Corey talked about the Mississippi State record blue, and it just.
Yeah.
That'd be an intense catch.
It is almost 1 a.m. there.
Yeah, 131-pound fish.
That's a monster. It's freaking tank.
Yeah. Especially fresh water.
Uh-huh.
From growing up from San Diego fishing wise, going to Mexico and stuff like that, to moving up to Redding, California. I don't even think you need a ocean pole for Shasta Lake to catch the biggest fish in there, probably. But I don't know. But having all that, and then everybody wants to go trout fishing and stuff like that, and you've got I think my lightest line was 30 pounds when I moved up there, and it's like, what am I going to use this for? Everybody wants to go trout fishing and stuff, and I need a 4-pound test and a short ass pole. So yeah, just find something like that. That would be nuts. But
yeah, down here we all grew up with
yours.
We all grew up with the rumors of the Volkswagen catfish.
Yep.
Up here too. Oh, it's in the Sacramento River. I don't think it is anymore. I think somebody got it and didn't say a word to anybody and took it home and ate it. What's going on, Peekabooter?
Peekabooter, what's up? Welcome back. Probably been here the whole time because the number's been the same.
Right. I guess somebody caught our new state record blue that never registered it.
Wow.
Damn.
It's only like 50 pounds. Like 53 pounds or something.
Still bigger than anything I've ever caught.
Yep, same here.
I've caught some big fish, what I call big fish, but it's still bigger than anything I've caught.
Haven't even gotten to that 20-pound mark.
I caught my first 30 when I was 12.
See, I'd have to change breed of fish to talk those kinds of numbers. Except that one, I don't know, man. I have to look at a blue cat more, but if there are blue cats in Stony Creek or in Black Butte Lake, then we took the biggest one out of Stony Creek ever. And the only way, like I said, that he could have came about to my ideas is he was down by the dam when they started letting the water out. He got sucked up and spit out. Because a lot of catfish come through into Stony Creek when they do that like that. And he must have ate everything in the hole that he decided was home. But yeah. If not, then that was the biggest channel cat I've ever seen. The one Donald and I reached in and pulled him out of the hole. And the biggest salmon was 75 pounds. But
there was rumors back in the days channels used to get 70, 80 pounds.
Yeah. I think
our state record's
left,
36, so
I think if they're left alone, I think they could get bigger. But I think it's just the opposite of like deer. I like hunting little deer. You know, and I think a lot of people like that game, you know, the big game, big game, big game.
Right.
You know, so instead of eating like those ones where I was saying pan fry on your video of bass and bluegill, and Willie's saying, oh, bait. I'm like, no, dude, I eat the little guy. Chop up the big one for bait. And if you want to throw
Yeah, shovelhead bait all day.
Yeah, that to me is crazy, bro. That's Jeff bait.
I ate a bass at Conches when I was a kid, man. That was some of the best fish I've had out of freshwater.
My grandpa's favorite was bluegill. I hate bluegill because of the bones.
My grandpa's favorite was the catfish. He liked eating catfish. But he said cleaning them was the pain in the ass. Having to rip the skin off them and stuff. But he did like that one lady you said, Dawson, with the nail on the board.
Yep.
Slice it and then grab it with the pliers and pull.
That works on all sorts of different fish.
Mm-hmm.
Good old catfish. I can't eat no catfish, man. Not in my river, at least. I don't even have a desire to.
Yeah, most of my water around here, I wouldn't trust fish.
Yeah, nope.
More of a desire to release them damn things.
Yeah. Used to eat them, but that was, and I hate saying this, but that was 37 years ago. 35 years ago. 30 even. But after that, yeah, nope.
Yeah, you know that water's not the same anymore.
Mm-hmm. Plus, we had the train derailment way up north, but it's still the river. So anything those train cars had, pollutant-wise and stuff like that, yeah, no, I'm good. We're not talking kitty fishing like, yeah, no. And yeah, with him, I've got a little kid's fishing pole that I put his toy on and throw it down the hall and fish for him.
Dude, cats are funny like that. I haven't had a cat in forever. I've got me 2 little chihuahuas.
Nice.
Oh, hell, man. Not the chihuahuas.
We got
little
we have
little
two
Chihuahua
Wawas.
pug.
Nice. That would be cool.
Yeah, that little thing's a little tiny dog. She's so sweet. Then I have a bigger Chihuahua that I got off Craigslist. He's probably like 10 dogs. Mutt with a mutt for sure.
Well, I don't think we're gonna be able to do any more damage tonight. Don't look like.
What'd we end her out at?
I think it's still at 538. Yep, 538.
Well, that's good enough for me, man. Shoot.
Hopefully that's enough to hold it. Hopefully that's enough that YouTube won't take too many away.
Hi, Miss Jody.
Hopefully. Jody, what's
Jody,
up?
where do you want to go?
Yeah, where you want to go? What's a flathead? Is that something got its head ran over or something? I stepped on a chub when it was laying on the ground and made it a flathead.
Did you hear me telling Duggar about flathead fishing, Jody? Unfortunately, Duggar's not as limber as he used to be in his old years. We can't make these 2 mile long hikes like Catfish Cameron does on the regular.
Right. Shit, I can't do that shit anymore, man. I'm only fucking 42.
It's just like Epic said, man. Getting old as hell.
Yep. Yes, it is.
Jody, I was telling Mr. Duggar, I was like, I'm not giving you no ultimatums or nothing, but I was like, the only way to come fishing with me is if we go after these flatheads. Then he started telling me about stuff I didn't even know existed, so I was like, oh shit. You know how that is. Like Duggar said, he's like, I know a guy.
Yep, I know a guy who knows a guy.
Thank you, Jody. One of these days I'll get out after them real shovel flatheads.
Yeah, if you got blues
Flathead,
down there,
shovelhead.
man, they'll hit that carp too, just like them channels.
Yeah, in Elephant Butte, we've got big blues and striped bass and flatheads. And I guess the stripers eat the carp too out there pretty good.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I know stripers will hook up, bait. Those are almost like a bass with a catfish brain.
Duggar can't mess with me, Jody. I'm so focused. I already know what spots I want to hit.
We don't have this flathead thing you guys are talking about, or shovel heads. Only thing or these mysterious blue catfish. The only thing I get to play with is these channel cats, black crappie, bluegill, green sunfish, largemouth bass, smallmouth bass, spotted bass, and striped bass.
Y'all might have white catfish out there somewhere too.
Dude, we've got those.
They're part of the bullhead family, I heard.
See, and I think we do because I've heard Donald say bullhead, but then I know we got the yellow belly unless for some reason the channel cats want to turn gold in certain parts of the lake and dark green in others.
Yeah, Cameron knows what I'm talking about on that, I think. I was trying to explain this to Jeffrey the other day about the collar of a channel cat, the collar of all the fish, depends on the water color, the water temperature, and all that. A channel cat can be anything from gray to blue to brown to gold, you know, but it's still a channel, you know. It's just different temperatures, different clear water, muddy water, all that changes the color of the fish. Shovelhead is a bad word. I ain't never been
Jody,
flathead fishing.
You gonna fish for those carp or you gonna net them? That's probably one of the more elusive fish out here. The flathead.
You ever use Wheaties for carp out there?
Nuh-uh. Have not.
No. Yeah, Wheaties good dough ball, good bait for carp.
See, and I know if
that probably worked good.
Mm-hmm.
If you go out to the west side of the river here or southeast of the river, let's see, it's on the southeast side of the river. If you go out there, you can go carp fishing, and old men always use the weedy dough balls.
That'd probably work pretty good at Elephant Butte Lake or any of the lake that have carp out here.
Do you guys
Elephant
have?
Butt Lake.
Huh?
Yep.
Elephant Butt Lake.
Ah. You guys have irrigation ditches and stuff?
Oh yeah, all sorts of ditches full of carp, bullheads.
Yeah, I was gonna say catfish and carp is what we normally have in our ditches, and of course the one next to the house, there might be a bass or two in there, but there's always channel cat. But when the water's low, they turn it pretty blue. Of course, the water's cold, so.
That's what's up, Jody. Those carp do get all thick as roaches when they spawn. Coming out of the water, jumping everywhere. They litter the place.
Yeah, she's the same pick.
I've always used corn or worms for my carp fishing.
All them dark spots is carp.
Yep. Damn.
Right? That's nuts.
That's awesome.
Yeah, it'd be easy to snag one. I still bet they hit some corn and throw it out there too. Well, if they're getting ready to spawn, they won't be. But it seems early for that, yeah. For sure. Because shovelhead don't spawn up here until I think the water's got to be like 64 degrees, something like that. Can't remember for sure. Oh, Cameron went poof.
Uh-oh.
He said drop the link again.
Hmm. Oh. Dude, I just found out something new.
Oh yeah.
We have a new species, or it's new to me, a new name, I should say. Because I knew we had mosquito fish, but I've never heard of them called a California roach.
Yep. That's funny shit, ain't it?
That is fucking great.
It's like the bird called a slippery dick.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've heard of the roach. We catch them on that fishing simulator road where it got us,
Okay.
which I'd heard of them before that. I studied a lot of fish books when I was young.
But then we
Different
have
species.
our own perch, our own blackfish, and our own pike minnow. And the pike minnows out here, we just throw them on the shore, and then you guys are talking about, oh no, use them, and it's like, dude, I wish I would have known that back then.
Mm-hmm.
But then I want somebody to try, like strawberry jello or something, and chicken for the catfish for the channels out there at Black Butte. See what they think of it.
They probably love it.
That's what I'm thinking. I know that they love grapes. Thompson seedless.
That's just weird.
I laughed. I told my buddy he was a stoner. That ain't gonna work. And then all of a sudden, a couple minutes later, I see him reeling in a catfish. I was like, I'm not even gonna say nothing. He's all, what, you think it was a fluke? And I was like, yeah, probably. And he put another grape on there. And I was like, dude, those are for us. He goes, I'm out of bait. Cast it out there a little while longer. Rope. Here comes in another one. I was like, dude, all right. So I threw one in and we caught catfish and ate grapes and had some catfish fun.
Nothing like catching catfish or fish in general on unusual baits. Gummy worms, gummy bears.
Yep.
Yeah, I've caught fish on gummy worms back in the day. Loogie on bass.
Yeah. We've caught some trout on gummy bears.
Caught a largemouth, a really nice largemouth, on a cigarette butt, non-smoked.
Oh, geez.
I just flared out the end of it to where it had like a
Like a
little
bucktail.
less than, yeah, a little less than half the filter was still solid with the brown wrapper at first, and then just poofed out the rest of it. And dude, that thing barely hit the top of the water, and wham! Fish on. My buddy laughed at me and goes, because I broke my cigarette. Is how that whole thing started. And I was like, well, I guess I'm smoking a non-filter. And I asked him if he brought the worms, and he told me no. He thought I grabbed them. And I was like, well, I'll try this. And he's like, what are you doing? I said, oh, I'm going to try something. Hit it. And I was like, all right, fish on. Let's do this. He's all, give me a cigarette. I was like, you don't smoke, bro. No. Deadpool says chicken McNuggets with barbecue sauce. New Mexico has 4 native catfish, 2 native trout. Nice.
Yeah, I didn't know we have I guess we have long-nosed gar or something, short-nosed gar. We have some type of gar out here in New Mexico too. The Pecos.
Sweet.
No gator gar, but forget if it's spotted gar. I don't remember what kind of gar it was. Maybe it's spotted gar. Those would be pretty fun to catch.
Those things are crazy looking.
Dang dinosaur.
Yeah. Especially the alligator gar. I mean, all that reminds me of is, and I told one of my buddies that one time when he showed it to me in a book. I was like, dude, that's just a freshwater barracuda. A damn trapper's trap with attached to a fish. I said, what is it good for? I said, besides just biting the shit out of something.
Got that right.
Nice. Deadpool. Deadpool said he caught a striper on a chicken McNugget.
Down there in the Colorado River, we use anchovies. Little schooly stripers.
Yep. That is so neat to see them come through, ripping through the water like that in the big schools.
I know, right? Doing their boil action.
Mm-hmm. Because we've got a spot out on Road 29 off of Highway 45. And you can go out there, and the river takes a serious bend, but it's got this short to where young bucks like you and stuff can jump over to the little rock island. But it's a deep enough channel that, you know, if you walked
You're going to
over,
get all soaked.
well, it'd be up to your waist easy, if not up to your armpits. And I'm 5'11".
Woo.
And so it's a lot easier just to jump across it. Or like Eddie and I did, I found some logs and made a little bridge for us. And yeah, he loved it because it got him out there. And you could fish in the main current, or you could try and fish in the little side curve right there. And dude, they'd come through there like rockets. And I told Eddie, I was like, look at how fast they're going. And he goes, I told you these fish are fun. And I was like, all right. And we were fishing out in the main channel. And I was like, why do you think they're using it? You know, that part. And he goes, there's probably that many fish. And when we threw our lines out, dude, it was nuts. It was fish on city. And I think the old man was right. There was so many striper coming up that at that run right then that they were using any channel they could to get up through there.
I believe it. I've seen footage on the Colorado River, man. They get mixed in with the carp. You can't even see the bottom.
Yeah. Well, Dad's, I wish I would have been able to do the videos and stuff when I was fishing, because the Stanislaus, they don't let you fish for the salmon right there. But at the point at Knight's Ferry, you literally, it feels like you could literally walk across the river right there and you wouldn't touch the water because there's so many salmon just packed in there nice and tight. And it's like,
that's crazy.
Look at all these fish. But then I've been in Oroville when they're coming up to the fish ladder, and I jumped out on the rocks one time after that 70-pounder that Donald noodled, basically. I almost got taken out by probably a 50-pound salmon jumping when I jumped out on these rocks. And Donald's all, you watch, one of these is going to jump and try and take you out. And right about when he said that, here comes this big old 50 just home. And it's like, move quick, fool.
That's like those Asian carp.
Yeah. That's the only fish that it reminded me of, is watching video TV shows where they're fishing and those carp are just jumping right in the boat and stuff. And it's like, dude, I guess you really wouldn't have to throw a line in. Just take the boat up and down the water a couple times. Boat would be full.
Yep, that Hagen Grubbs does that. He'll just drive, wait for one to jump in the boat, flay him out.
Nice.
Right, Duggar? We got no water. Government told it, and then we got the drought going.
Seeing our biggest problem is you can watch the waters. They'll be up when the fish are running, and then they'll shut down the water after they've spawned. And the eggs are out, getting exposed. They don't hold the water up like they used to. And I think that's partially because somebody else is not really controlling the water that's actually from the state. It's done remotely.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, and I think that's just, it's silly to do something like that, because it's like, dude, you're not here. You don't know that they're running, your book says this, or you don't care about fish or something, Ew. Yes, Deadpool. Kokanee. Nice, Duggar. That would be, seeing that's something too. I want to try the different salmon.
It gets crazy up there at Navajo. Snagging salmon. Oh, yeah. Crazy amounts of people.
Have you gone, or I should say, do you go?
I've been snagging up there one time, and then we ended up trout fishing in the Pecos because there's just so many people down there.
Okay, so it's basically like a shoulder-to-shoulder type situation?
Yeah, almost. You know where the salmon are. That's where all the people will be.
Okay.
You'll see like little groups of other people in different coves, but you'll know where that main cove is. It's deep, big old rocks over there, right up there by the dam.
See, and there's a spot where on the Feather, and it even made our local news, but I don't know how far out of the local fishing community it made it out. But dude, you're literally, they call it the wall, and the afterbay comes in, so you've got water coming in, plus you've got the river coming from the other dam by the fish ladder, right there, and the salmon get real thick right there, and it is shoulder to shoulder on the one shoreline, and then boats in the water. And what sucks is the boats will get close enough to where you can cast over them and stuff. So there's people throwing weights into boats and stuff like that, and I think the boat shouldn't be allowed to where you can cast on shore. There should be some type of rule of keeping the boats away so they don't get hit and cause problems. But yeah, it's mad chaos. I went once, like you said, and I never returned. Rather go trout fishing or go up by the bridge and wait for them to get up there. And that's what me and I think there was 20 of us total, and Donald knocked 17 of them down, noodling that big fish.
Yeah, they're all yelling, no swimming, no swimming.
Yep. You heard the story.
Yeah.
I still give
Yeah,
them a
Duggar,
bad.
I see people will snag them kokanee and then they'll have like 10 different snag marks in them.
Yeah.
Like they got off somebody's hook that many times. Then people let them get off the hook. Sat down there for hours.
I wish they'd do something with them, or let us do something with them after they've spawned. You know what I mean? Instead of just like telling you can't pick these fish up out of the water, they're dead. You know, why can't I go take like 20 or 30 of them and throw them in my garden? You know, it'd be useful. It'd be using them versus letting them rot right there. Because there's not always bear or other animals that'll eat them. You know,
Yeah, ours are
probably
totally landlocked.
Okay. So what happens to your guys' when they spawn?
I don't think they do. I don't know all about the salmon up there at Navajo Lake. Don't they need flowing water to spawn or no?
I know ours use the river and the lakes, but hell, they'll spawn in the ditch too. So I don't know if it's flowing like, I don't know. Because in the ditch, it doesn't really, I mean, it's not really flowing water.
How deep
You know
is
what
it?
I mean? The ditches are only like maybe waist high at most.
And then they're just in there when they're making the run, right?
Huh?
They're in
Yeah,
there when they're making the run upstream.
Yep. Yep. And they
Sorry,
always
I'm
say
eating at the same time.
it's all good. They say that they know that they need to get up in there to where they were born. So I mean the ones that you see in the irrigation ditches, I guess that's exactly where they were born, but you know, for the ones in the river, they try and go up as far as in the Sac, they go up to Red Bluff to the diversion dam. And I think one of the seasons they don't let them pass there. The others, they let them up to Redding right below Keswick, and that's as far as they go. But the Feather River, it's right to the fish ladder. And then you'll have the ones scattered out throughout the ditches and stuff like that.
Interesting.
Yeah.
A crazy fish.
Huh?
Salmon.
Yeah.
It's crazy fish.
They're mean too. I've had my thumbnail taken off. Sad thing is I didn't learn in next year, I stuck my hand into the lower jaw and didn't even think about it. And when he jerked, once I got the hook out, thank God, but he jerked and I forgot about him having teeth. And he was nice young silver fish, and dude, it laid my thumb open. It's like a cat claw coming out.
Oh, funny. Duggar says there are places that they have stream inputs and a few natural spawns occur, but most of them don't spawn.
Okay.
That's at Navajo Lake. Big old pike over there.
Wow. That would be a trip. Because that means they could get, those kokanee could get big, big. If they didn't spawn out. Because you're always eating and everything. So, I mean, as long as you don't get caught and thrown in the freezer, you should end up being able to be pretty damn big. Okay.
Now, what is a big kokanee?
Mm-hmm. Because for me, it's, we got the Chinook.
Like over 20 inches, right? Way over 20. Duggar says a 3 to 4 year life cycle.
Okay. Well, I don't know where this is from.
Our guy got like a state record not too long ago in like 2018 or 2021 for the summit.
Okay. The largest recorded Pendleton, Oregon, in Walla Walla Lake in 2010. Weighed 9.67 pounds and was 27 inches long.
It's pretty good. Like some of them channel cats I catch.
See, but that's
27, 28 incher.
See, and then there's this one 5 years ago where dude ended up eating it. 12 pounds. But I don't see where he caught it from. 12.1 pound kokanee. That's huge.
That's a unit.
And those
Duggar
are the ones
said 4 pound state record, 3 to 4 pounds, 4 years old.
Yeah, that fish is crazy looking. The 9.6 from Ron Campbell. That's that thing is just teeth. I thought the Chinook was bad. This thing's worse looking.
No to what, Duggar?
Ooh. Cojos and Elvado. Or in Elvado.
It's another reservoir, lake kind of deal.
Okay.
Whole bunch of different bodies of water out here in New Mexico, all spread out from the main city.
Okay. I want to go play in the river. And I'm
the boys of the river.
I'm gonna murder the name of it, but Mr. Duggar knows which one it is. I want to call it Gila, and says it's. I forgot what he said it was. He told me, but the way I remember it looks like a path that a damn lizard would make. That thing's more crooked than. But it looks like it'd be a good gold spot for doing panning and stuff like that.
Duggar said Gila trout.
Yeah, that's what it is. Gila River. That's the river I want to go play on and be a gold miner with no restrictions. You'd see me out there with the 12-inch. Just 12-inch dredge running hard.
Be sleeping out there with the fishing line tied to your toe.
Yep. That way
Waking
I could
up
have breakfast in the morning and get right back to dredging.
Yeah.
Sleeping right on the dredge. Just all right, I'll wake up. Guess you'll wake me up.
Yep, flathead, state record, 78 pounds. That's a tank.
Yeah.
That was an elephant boot. Way back in the day. I don't know if anybody will beat that one.
The thing I think about is, and I've heard you say it in one of your videos, you even mentioned, you even get like a 2-pound fish or a 3-pound fish turned sideways in that current, and it's on, and a lot of people don't think about, that. So when you do get anything above even 5 pounds, let alone 10, 20, 30, or even 50, dude, that's a monster fight on your hands in the rivers and stuff, and moving water versus a lake.
Oh yeah.
And
that's why I'm fishing for channel cats with like practically blue catfish gear.
yeah.
Yeah, they don't play around in the rivers, man.
It's like when we go for those Chinook, we're running 50-pound line, but what was funny is if the fight was on, especially if I was using Edward's gear, he'd straight come up if the fight was too far and I was starting to lose line and that fish wanted to turn sideways and pull. He'd cut it. He's like, nope, not wasting the line. And I'm like, Ed, you just threw out all that weight in a flatfish. Screw the line, bro. And it's like, nope. And he would go by the Shakespeare. I want to say it's big game or whatever. It's clear and it's 50 pounds. 50-pound mile. And that's what we used. And back then it was like, I think $2.50 a roll. And one time I told him finally, I was like, dude, you cut this line because I was fighting this fish. And I told him, I kept screaming at him, don't cut it. Don't cut it. Come on, let me fight this. And he was like, no, it's too thin. You've lost too much. And I was like, no. Donald's all, oh, Ed, here. Lefty will buy you 3 spools. And Ed turns around and goes, then you're spooling up the rod after he buys the line. And I started laughing. I was like, all right. And so Ed walks over and sat down. I finally, about an hour and a half later, caught that fish and brought it in. And dude, it was
an hour fight on 50-pound lines, intense.
Yeah, the sad part was it was only a 25-pound ornery-ass salmon.
No, dang.
If I knew it was that thin, I would have told Ed, okay, the first time he wanted to cut it. Because I had a 30-pound sitting dug in. We used to dig these trenches along the river, and they'd have down to the water line, so you could actually have your fish in water right there, still swimming. And dude, my 30 was getting tired. I would have let that 25-pound go and take a chance at getting another 30-pounder or a 50,
Right.
Because that's what seemed like was running, was kind of like the bigger fish. But this thing was ornery. He was more stubborn. He was about as stubborn as some of the bigger fish, that I've seen some of these guys back east catch. And it's like, dude, it's only a little fish for Chinook, and it's like, man, he must have wanted to get some so bad. It was a boy. It wasn't a female. So I was like, man.
They're all juiced up.
Yeah, Edward started laughing and he goes, oh, he's about as horny as old Nightmare over there, and points over at his nephew, and I started just dying laughing. And I said, that's why it was so much of a fight. And he's like, yep. He goes, I'll give you my 25-pound fish and take your 30, and you can have 50 pounds of fun. I was like, oh, you're dicked. But
Later's Duggar. You have a good one, man.
Later, Mr. Duggar.
Can't underestimate these fish in the current, man. They'll smoke you. They got that Davis Dam up there in Laughlin. That thing gets ripping.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's this little like cove that goes down like the right side of all these rocks. I was sitting there, I was watching all these bluegill, and I was throwing a swim bait. Man, I should have threw my swim bait up this cove, because then this big 30-pound striped bass comes like swimming out of this cove like a savage. Never saw him again.
Oh, that kind of stuff sucks when you see something like that. And it's like, look at that fish, and the whole season you never see anything as big, and it's like, dude.
Oh, I know, right?
Such a fun fight.
Especially down there on the Colorado River, the water's so clear, you can see every striper follow that you get just about.
Nice.
Yeah, they'd be destroying when they stock rainbows up there. They absolutely go nuts. And they get some of the biggest bellies I've ever seen from eating these rainbows.
Oh, wow. Okay.
They're doing insane amounts of trout stocking because they have a caddisfly overpopulation. So they've started to like time when the caddis are rising up in their pupa stage, and they're about to like hatch out on the surface. They drop the water, so then they dry out. And they've been doing that a lot. But then it caused with the whole Davis Dam, and this happened before the caddis exploded, but with all that raising and lowering, pushed the dang structure out of there.
Okay.
So they have a lack of structure on that river now. But then they're stocking 80,000 trout a year, when 2 times a season when these caddis flies hatch.
Wow.
Yeah, so they're about to get some good trout going.
Dude, that'd be nuts. You know, it'd be even crazier is if they do like, and I know there's channels out here that have done things like this, but Donald and I found this old farmer that lived right close to the creek, and he had a stock pond up in the hill, but it was close enough that you could carry fish in a ice chest. 2 people, you could haul it up there and have live fish.
I got you.
And sorry, DFG, but take it somewhere else, because it's been over 7 years. But we'd fish in the lake, go up the creek with caught fish, normally in my little fish basket, and just carry the bass up with us and stuff like that, and throw them in the ice chest with water and everything, and hike them up to this huge stock pond that was fed by these natural springs. We dumped the fish in there, and it didn't matter what species, we were like, well, and you heard the list earlier, so some channel cats got stuck in there, bluegill got stuck in there, some crappie got stuck in there, and bass got stuck in there. And we looked at each other, and the old man told us, I don't care what you guys do, just don't get me in trouble, and don't burn down the place, and whatever. Hunt for rocks, do whatever the hell you want to. If you want to turn that into a private fishing pond, cool. And I was like, all right, sweet. Thanks, bro.
What's up?
Yeah. So we hauled all these fish up in there, And we'd go up in there and rock hunt and everything and camp and stuff like that. And because you could stay in there for longer than 14 days and it didn't cost you anything, you know, versus
Yeah.
paying the campgrounds around the lake. And it wasn't that far of a hike, you know, over to the lake. So we had our fishing licenses and stuff. So we could go fishing at the lake and then still end up over there. And it was all good. But we told ourselves we weren't going to fish in that little private lake that we made for 2 full years.
Dang, that's a long time.
Dude, you couldn't throw anything in there. I mean, all we did was we took, I think it was like, and they weren't even like full because I've seen some guys say they've got an ice chest full of fish and it's literally their fish wouldn't be alive. You know, there's so many, but we'd throw like 5, 6 fish in there at a time, you know. Catfish, we took 3 and threw them in the ice chest, you know, and that's what we dumped in the first time. And we did 2 loads of catfish. So there were 6 catfish in there. We probably had 20, 30 bass in there. And the bluegill and crappie were probably about the same. And
pretty nice spread.
Yeah. And you could not throw anything in there and not catch something. So we brought some of our friends up after 2 years. We brought 2 of our friends in there and said, come on, show you where we've been camping and stuff. They walk by and they look over at the water and one of my buddies all, dude, I think I saw a fish jump in there. He goes, but I don't know anybody having a stock pond. And I'm like, huh, all right. And he goes, we get up to the camping spot and he's like, sweet. And I was showing him around and everything. And he's like, all right, cool. He goes, so where's this place we're going fishing? I said, oh, that's Stock Pond. He goes, when are we going to go? I said, tonight. He goes, all right, why are we going tonight? I said, it's full moon. And he's like, all right, what do you want me to bring? I said, doesn't matter. Rig it up now. Dude, we went down there and just bang, 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 bang. All night long, just catching bass and letting them go. And I'm all finally towards the end of when it was starting to get morning time, I was all, and they were starting to slow down. I'm all, hey, pick one out that you catch that you want to keep and bring it back, you know, to camp. Oh, dude, this is fresh, huh? Yup. And we go and cook them up and crash out or, you know, sleep for a while and then get up and run around. And yeah, it was cool back then.
Old school camping style, man.
Uh-huh.
Run around in the woods, fish, sleep, eat.
Yep. I hope that's not loud.
Nah, not extremely.
I hope that's not loud.
Not extremely.
Now I just heard it, Cameron.
That's me eating these Gardettos.
I think, well, I'm sitting here eating La Rosa Tacos.
Tapos.
Yeah. The tacos. Chips, thick crusted chips.
What flavor? Corn?
They're just regular. They almost look like flour tortilla.
Yeah.
Yeah. They're They're fire.
These Gardettos, they have these rye chips.
Mm-hmm.
Those are so good.
The garlic rye.
Yep.
Yep.
What's that old boy Willie up to? I can't see the I can't see neither of y'all. Is he really?
I don't know.
Playing Red Dead and sleeping.
I fell asleep on here, and Maria's watching Red Dead or playing Red Dead. I don't know.
All right, last I saw, Willie had his headset on.
Yeah, I'm sitting right like this.
I have to jump between StreamYard and YouTube to even see y'all.
Really?
Yeah, it's silly. I go onto StreamYard and it says my phone has to be like at iOS 12.
Okay.
And then my shit's at iOS 13. So yeah, I know it's pretty strange that it won't let my face up there.
Well, phone, I have to be like this, which here we are, but then this is what it's doing lately. Here's the chat. Yet, if I go like that, I have to jump out and go back in, and then I can actually see the chat.
The hell?
Yeah.
That's pretty random.
So if I slide it down to look at something to grab up a channel, then I have to flip it up, back to the channel we're watching, close out chat, open up chat, then post it. And it's like,
jeez,
bro, this is stupid.
All right.
This is really stupid. But then I remembered I just updated it. So, yeah.
And it's silly that YouTube doesn't let people come up on panel and stuff like that.
Yeah. I would have thought that they would have thought about something like that a long time ago. Or at least, especially when like Messenger started popping and stuff. Because, yeah.
That was confusing.
Yeah.
They do stuff weird though over there on YouTube.
Well, it's kind of like this state. Instead of conserving some water for up here, they send it all down south, and south sends it out to the ocean.
It sounds probably what they're doing with our water.
Probably.
Our one reservoir, Elephant Butte's at 2% capacity.
Oh no.
Oh yeah, it's low. I think either 2 or 12. I think it's like about 2%. Super low. Lowest it's ever been.
Does it get snow runoff at all? And if so, is there any snow up in those mountains?
Yeah, it mainly comes down the Rio Grande from way up above where Duggar is.
Okay.
Yeah, that's where most of our snow runoff comes from. Then it gets diverted out through. It hits Cochiti Lake down there below Santa Fe. Then it goes through all these pueblos with the irrigation ditches. And once it hits this one pueblo, the heck's it called? Not Sandia. Isleta Pueblo. Once it hits Isleta Pueblo, the river becomes like what would become a sub channel up where I'm at is like the main channel.
Okay.
Down below that Pueblo. They take a lot of water over at that Pueblo.
Wow.
And then it all kind of ends back up down the Rio Grande to Elephant Butte. There's a couple other little dams and stuff in between there.
It's a trip how they push water places, especially out in the deserts and stuff. Like, that's always been something I've always thought that's kind of neat, so people can survive.
Oh, I know, right? It's ancient technology collection of water, moving it. I forget, gosh, what like ancient civilization. They had these huge ravines that they had sealed up to hold water for their entire civilization.
I think it was Greek or Roman. Actually, Roman, I think it was.
I don't remember. I think it was before the Romans.
Okay.
These people were like, I don't even know if they were in the Iron or Bronze Age. I think they were still using stone tools.
Okay.
Gosh, I forget what. It's like they lived out in the desert. I don't think it was the Romans. It was a completely desert dwelling civilization. They're totally all gone now.
Oh, wow.
Then they left behind these crazy ruins and stuff. Gosh, I have to remember the name of this people.
Sounds almost like Aztec or something like that. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like American Indian or what? Yeah, I guess if we want to call these the Americas, it would be the America Indians.
Right, Native Americans, American Indians.
Yeah, the first people of the land. So, like, because I think they were doing that with like the Mayans and the Aztecs too.
They were.
Those cultures have been around for decades longer than what they say they have been. Just like the Indians throughout, west, well, throughout our part of the U.S.
Right, throughout North America.
Mm-hmm. I think that because even the Egyptian stuff, you look at that and they're still going, well, how'd they do this? How'd they do that? Well, bro, they did it. And that means that they were a lot smarter than you guys are right now.
I think the Egyptians had a bunch of slaves to build them pyramids.
Well, no matter how they got it done, they got it done.
Right.
Whole
lot of coordination on somebody's part.
Well, kind of like the guy that sheriff in Phoenix, I want to say it's in Phoenix, Arizona, with Tent City, making all the criminals wear pink and sleeping out in the tents and everything. Sure wouldn't make you want to come back to jail. It's sure's not a 3 hots and a nice warm cot to sleep in out of the weather.
Right. I'm pretty sure I think they shut down Tent City, didn't they?
I don't know.
I'm pretty sure that Tent City closed down.
They probably did because somebody
got all crybaby about going to freaking prison.
Mm-hmm. And nobody wanted to look at the crime that he committed. But yeah, probably somebody from an uppity community, with some serious bank and some serious pull was just like, oh, My kid was there. You know.
It was a crazy dang setup they had with all those canvas military tents and stuff, man.
Yeah.
They didn't play around over there.
And pink underwear and pink shoes, pink socks, pink clothes.
Right, all the thieves wore pink over there.
And I thought it was funny because I was like, man, you know, it's kind of just, they wear orange over here. The dude's doing the road work and stuff. And it's like, okay, yeah, I wouldn't mind wearing one of those doing yard work. You know, and I even was giving my sheriff buddy a bad time. I was like, hey, you work in the jail? I said, can you get me one of them suits? He's all looks at me funny and he's like, the hell? And I was like, what, bro? Those look pretty good to go work in the yard with. I could run the weed eater all day and not have to worry about ending up with, you know, the stickers and stuff like that, and foxtails and everything going through your pants and ending up burying in your legs still. And it's like, dude, I could wear those and not have to worry about it. He just started laughing. He's like, oh my God.
How funny, man.
Yeah.
It's good enough for government work.
Yep. Willie, you alive?
We're creeping up on the 4-hour mark.
Oh, that's nothing for.
Yeah, true. Shoot. It's the longest I've ever been on panel, though. Just have to figure out what's up with my stupid phone so I can actually show my face.
Yeah.
See, because while you're on StreamYard, you could see Willie's screen, right?
I can see.
Oh, you can see
his little avatar. I can see your avatar. And I can
then I could see your avatar. Yeah. Yeah, see, even if you guys were up on screen without the avatar, I would only see your avatars over here.
Huh.
I know, right? Isn't that bunk?
Yeah.
Then you go to like when I load into every StreamYard, it says that my device is not up to date or not compatible to use the camera or something like that. I need to update it. But then my thing's already updated past what update it's saying I need.
See, and mine was doing that. And if I tried to mess with the camera, it would turn it on, turn it off. And then I'd have to mess with it again. And then finally it would actually show me on panel. But if I touched it again, it would just poof and kick me straight out.
That was on your phone?
Yeah.
Yeah. Weird.
But jumping on the laptop, I can go in, out, pull stuff up. So when I mess up, like not muting a device or not pausing the picture and stuff, yeah, that's me just not used to everything. Oh no. Nice. Okay, well.
Gosh dang, my dog stink, man.
Oh yeah.
Gosh, like they're busting bud or something.
Oh no.
It's my big one. My moose. Stinky. Ah, she smells like a damn skunk.
Oh, wow. Well, do we want to end this live, Cameron?
Yep, I'm thinking it's getting about that hour, man. It's 12:15 a.m. over here.
Okay, brother. Well, then.
Thank you all for sharing out the channel, showing that support, man.
Yeah, anytime.
Greatly appreciated. We're going to get that dang community page.
Yeah.
We're going to get Willie's ass fishing.
Yep. Right now, his ass is sleeping.
Right.
I found out that is true. So,
Him
yeah.
and Maria probably. Shoot.
Uh-huh.
How many is it saying we have in chat?
Right now we have. My phone says 1.
Yeah, my phone says 1 as well.
So, yeah.
Well, thanks everybody who came into Willie's lives today. Thanks, Big Matt. Thanks, Jeffrey.
Yep.
Thanks,
Anytime,
everybody.
buddy.
Good time. I'll have to hop on the panels more. Try to fix my phone so I can see some faces.
Yeah.
Then shoot. Keep doing my good old thing, man. Fishing, Sunday posts, and try to sneak in a live every once in a while.
Okay.
But that's a wrap.
All right. Sweet.
Yep.
Then I will let you exit studio, and then I will exit studio and tell Maria to hit the live button. Can't end it.
Heck yeah, man. You have a good one, Jeffrey.
All right, you too, Cameron.
Laters.
Later. All right, Maria. I'm hitting the